Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Yes? No? See? No? Maybe? Tú escúchame, por favor. Let me know, me no sé. Tú sabes, mi sabes. Mi chancla, tu pancla. Yo quiero la blanca. Yeah, I don't know why it does it. It's been doing that lately on YouTube. Like, it's been, my sound sounds muffled. And what's up, man? Share ahí? But my sound sounds muffled. And then it's like, every time I get on here, y'all say I can't hear me. So I got to restart the app. It is so stupid. That's why I said I'm tired of YouTube. I'm about to go somewhere else. This is a sign to get off YouTube. YouTube's stupid. But no, I was saying like I've been on my series lately about envy, the silent killer, and I've been hitting that issue on top of the head with the hammer, hitting that nail, man. Because it's true, bro. It's like, bro, when you look at everything, you feel me? That envy's real, man. And I said, especially in our black community, man, we deal with it. I know every community kind of has that, but in our community, we definitely deal with that. So I've really been killing that issue. You know what I'm saying? Because you see it in everything. You know, I tell people all the time, don't be bamboozled by church. It goes on in church too. It goes on in the street, church, family, personal life, the job. You know what I'm saying? Relationships, anything. You know, as I said, I'm convinced people find anything to really be mad and envious about, bro. Honestly, from the biggest stuff down to the finest, smallest, minute thing. You feel me? People are mad about anything, bro. As I said, I grew up in church, so we don't see it all. People are envious over a title. Do you know how dumb you got to be envious over a title that you do not get paid for? That is not presidential politics, not like government official, FBI, you know what I'm saying, CIA. Like, bro, you going to church to do church stuff. You're supposed to go to church and serve in the house of God because you want to and you love doing that. And people are getting mad because somebody else got a deacon title before they got a deacon title. How much of a loser do you have to be to do that? You know you're a loser when you're trying to be a pastor over the pastor. You think you got a gift. You called to preach and teach. Why do you want to call? Why do you want to preach and teach so much? What's so fun about that? The people that's called to preach and teach don't want to preach and teach. Most of them don't want to. So that's why I tell you, if somebody's gunning for the mic, you're not supposed to be on the mic. Now I can't necessarily say that because some people do have a passion of doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I said, but if you overly compensating for it, you're not supposed to be there. As I said, I'm a musician. I go to a church down here. Do you see me trying to bum rush myself to the stage, to the piano, trying to take over their music? No, because that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Even though people are telling me, they say, "Hey man, like you regretting the music. Like when they gonna get you over here?" I said, "Bro, I could care less when they get me over there." I said, "I don't necessarily even want to be on the music." I said, "It's nice to be somewhere where I don't have to do that. I can just be in the background playing the background part." You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm a musician doesn't mean I'm supposed to be over music everywhere I go at. Because somebody here is over the music. Just because I'm good at it doesn't mean I have to take over. I don't want to take over. I like where I'm at. I'm not envious because somebody else is on the keys and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But you got people everywhere you go. People are so dumb. They come on your platform trying to be envious with your stuff because they too broke to go get their own stuff. So now they won't come and get your stuff. We all know some kid when we was a kid that was mad because you got the latest Super Soaker, or you got a toy remote control car. You feel me? Or you got something that they just couldn't have or they didn't have, so they mad and want to tell you how to run your stuff. Like people are children, man. In the kingdom, people are children in real life. They cannot stand anybody overdoing them or getting anything over on them. You know what I'm saying? Envy. Let me know if y'all can still hear me because again, YouTube be messing up. So it's whatever at this point. But that's why I said that envy stuff is real, man. That's why I said I'm not letting that go. Because I noticed, man, ever since I've been living, ever since I was a kid all the way to now, like we've always had to deal with stuff like that. Okay, I'm just making sure. But we have to deal with stuff like that. And you get so tired of the blatant disrespect that people give you just because you're on a deeper level than them. As I said, I'm not no teacher, I ain't no preacher. But this is the issue I can't stand. I can't stand people like that, man. I got a whole channel full of niggas. Y'all said niggas that come over here that's mad because you are further than them. You got something that they just can't. It's not that they can't even have it. It's just they just don't get it right now. Most of the stuff people are mad at, it's not that it's impossible to get. They just can't have it in the moment because they are not willing to put in the work, or they just don't know what they're doing. They might need a little guidance, all the help, and instead of them asking, "How can you get it?" and "How did you do it?" people are hating you just because you better, because you better than them. So that's why I said, yeah, my YouTube is messing up. Is whatever. I'm just gonna talk. Y'all respond and let me know here at any time because YouTube be lying, but it lets me know y'all listening. If y'all not, I'm gonna say this anyways. I don't care. Some people be playing the playback. I get most of my views from the playback anyways. So best believe when I talk, man, I'm speaking from real experience. There ain't nobody on this world I don't like more than an envious nigga. I don't care what you say. I know why envy is the seven deadly sins, bro. Because you look at how people are, bro. Envy is a deadly thing, dude. And it really is a silent killer. That's why I tell people like they don't understand that just because you're doing good in life now, or you've been doing good in life, does not mean people are happy for you. Do people hate you more when you do good? Don't listen to that stuff, man. When you think everybody wants you saved and you're doing the right thing, people love you. No, they don't. No, they don't. They hate you. They hate you, and they gonna always hate you. Well, I ain't in the streets no more. I ain't smoking dope no more. I'm doing the right thing. I'm making legal money. They hate you just because you're doing better than them. As I told you, whenever you get on the higher level than some people, they gonna hate you just cause, bro. I remember Daddy had to say it all the time. He was like, if I don't call your name, don't get offended. Because people would get offended because he wouldn't shout them out. How much of a loser you gotta be? You know you stupid when you do stuff like that. You can't let you mad because the pastor didn't call your name out. Why are you special? Why is that a trophy? We're not streamed in front of 100 million people. Like, bro, we in a small building with basic people. And you mad because he didn't shout you out for putting the chairs up, for vacuuming the floor, stuff you're supposed to do anyways. Showing up on time, which you're supposed to do that anyways. Like, why did you get a special reward for that? Only a Negro, right? Only a Negro. That's why I told you, don't think because you do the right thing or you doing better that people are gonna love and appreciate that. No, they don't. They hate your kids more, man, because your kids doing better than they little crappy kids. That's why I told people, you think I care about your little children? You think I care about your little crappy situation? When you envy, man, don't nothing fly with me. You don't get no sympathetic story from me. I don't care about that. We love you, we feel for you, but if you're gonna come with that stuff just off the bat, being mad for no reason, I don't care nothing about you. You ain't my problem. Neither is your children. So we don't care. As I said, some of us just don't care no more. We tired of people like that. We going in a couple of weeks. We're gonna be in 2026, and you still going into this year with being a nigga? Not 1985, not 1993, 2026, man. Which means 2000, a whole new millennium was 26 years ago. People that's born in 2000 is gonna be 26, almost 30 years old. My sister was born in 2000. She's gonna be 26 this upcoming year, or next year. And people have been envious as long as she's been born. How dumb you gotta be. People have been holding on to envy and strife before I was even born. We got family beef that originates before I was even born. Do you understand how dumb people are? That they waste 30 years, 31 years of being an idiot just because they envious. Not that you did nothing to offend them, not that you did nothing wrong, not that you just an arrogant, nasty Negro. Just you just don't do what they do. You're on a better, higher level than them. You paid off all your taxes. Your credit score is fine, and they hate you because you better. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? That spirit of the envy, man. That's why I say that envy. I don't play that. Whenever I see envious people around me, get away from me. All of them. Everybody, everybody comes with this old sob story where they just went through. I don't care what you went through, man. Who cares? What they got to do with me, partner? What they got to do with me? You can't take your envy out on us, bro. You can't. I'm not gonna let envy fly just because you had a hard life, man. Everybody had a hard life. If you be honest and give everybody the mic, everybody got sob story. That does not excuse you for hating us just because we doing better than you, or just because some people are in a better spot in life than you. You can't hate a millionaire because they got millions of dollars. While you was partying at 21, they was out there in school at 21, working, learning. Don't be mad because now you 46 years old and a half, and they about 50 years old, and they finally got something further and better than you. Like maybe you should have spent your time wisely, like they was doing. Like they was doing. You can't be mad at them. People took their money and took a risky investment, and now they set for life. Don't be mad at them because they were willing to take the risk you would take. You got to understand that, man. I told you, people are envious not because you're rubbing it in their face. People are envious because they cannot stand that you have something better than them. They can't stand the wasted years they was on dope, the wasted years they was drowning themselves in a bunch of coronas and stuff. Like we was actually working, we was actually doing stuff. And again, it ain't to diss nobody or knock nobody, but that's how you live and spend your life. How's that our problem? Well, it sucks that you wasted your time doing that. Okay, You can make up for lost time, but that's your problem. I told you they got people now. They making people take down their pictures at work because it offends people who don't got a family or they fell out with their family. It offends them if they see you happy with your husband or happy with your wife, and that'll make somebody feel bad. So we gotta put that to the side because we don't want people to feel some type of way. Like, you see how stupid it is. Hey, what's up, Facade? How you doing? We gotta have like, bro. We literally gotta hide our happiness now just because it offends people. What type of world is this coming to? They don't want people to feel bad because they don't have the same stuff. I knew they was doing that. They was working on us in school with that. You go. I remember a dude had a whole bunch of Rice Krispie treats for lunch. He had like 20 of them things. You feel me? But they was his. And because the teacher didn't want everybody to feel bad because he wasn't gonna pass them out, he was only gonna give them to certain people. I guess that was his friends because rightfully so they his. The teacher was now put those back. You don't got enough for everybody, so put them back. Like, cause she didn't want the rest of the freaking kids to feel bad because they didn't get a Rice Krispie treat. Them ain't his kids. That ain't his problem. He brought those for him. Ain't gonna be mad because somebody see when they can't get a piece of it now. See, just put it away. Well, let's just not because everybody can't have one. Why is it our fault? Because everybody can't have one. That's not our problem. That is not our problem. Maybe some people are just not eligible for certain stuff right now. You feel me? Some people gonna get a stimulus check, and then some people ain't gonna get a stimulus check. I mean, that's just how it goes, bro. Some people are eligible for it, some people might not be eligible. I mean, we can't be mad at people that do. Some people get a nice tax return when it's tax time, and then some people owe them taxes. Like, we cannot be mad because they get to get all this money back. You know what I'm saying? I know people that get some sweet chunk of change back from their kids. You know what I'm saying? From taxes. Versus me, I owe them. I gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay state tax, and then I might owe the IRS a little something. You know what I'm saying? It sucks because that's the one time a year you hoping you get a return, and sometimes you got to return to them even more. Am I envious because they got a 7 stack figures? No, I'm not. That just ain't me. Yeah, too much envy going on, man. That's why I said I hit that issue hard, man. Because like I said, people, this is the stuff that people are living out of. And then people think like, okay, they can see that in the street. Maybe when they was out there in the world on the street, and then they come to Christ, and then people they don't know that they mask this stuff up with Christ. They just slap Christ on it, but they still the same envious, hate Negro, and they using Christ to scare people because again, they can't have anything right. They can't do anything right. So when you can't get anything and you suck at life, you want everybody to suck at life with you. Everybody wants them to. Everybody wants people around them to feel bad. You struggling in your marriage, your finances, your friendships, your mind. Because don't nobody want to feel like that they the only ones that's the lone wolf. I said, listen, we all go through heartbreak with relationships. So when everybody else is like you dealing with the same thing, it does kind of make you feel better. But I'm not purposely searching for people that feel bad like me so I can make myself feel better just because I'm feeling bad. Just because I might be going through a breakup don't mean I'm not going to hang around my friends that got a successful relationship. Just because I'm mad because I can't have one. You know what I'm saying? People be wishing death on your stuff. They be hoping your stuff dies because they can't make their stuff sprout. That's why I said it's a special type of evil, man. And that's why envy was one of the 7 deadly sins, dude. That's a special type of sin, man. Because look what it does. Look how instead of you saying, hey, man, I'm an idiot, I'm dumb, I need to try harder, I need to do better, now I'm going to blame everybody else. That's why I said everything that happened in my life, I took accountability. Even if I dealt with somebody crazy, okay, it was still my fault. I still did that. You know what I'm saying? I learned to get somewhere in life when I took accountability. As much as some people don't like Steve, Steve don't like Steve more than anybody else. I don't like me more than anybody. I talk crazier to myself than I talk crazy to anybody. I promise you. I call myself an idiot every day. Every time I do something dumb, I'm like, bro, look at this idiot. I said, Steve, you an idiot. Why you do that? Because I understand, like, I can't hold anybody else accountable for what I'm doing. I can't sit right here and be envious because somebody else is doing better in life when I have the same opportunity and I'm sitting on my hands, dude. It's not nobody's fault because you financially struggling. Are you going through the motions? Unless somebody scammed you or somebody robbed you, okay. But I'm like, but when you're in a situation because of you, that's your problem. The person that's responsible for Steve is Steve. Not the government, not Trump, not your mama, not your daddy, not black women, not black dudes. Steve is responsible for Steve. Just because you might have went out and made a couple of bad financial decisions doesn't mean you got to hate on everybody else because they didn't do the same thing. That's why I said, no, how envy comes, man, how envy masks itself up. You're always around people that are so daggone negative. Every time you get something, well, it's not always about that. It's just as long as you got breath in your body. It's like that they want to take. That's why I said they mask it up with scriptures. They take the scriptures because they taking it out of context. It is good to wake up with breath in my body every day, but it's also good to wake up with a nice bank account. It's nice to wake up and all my bills are paid. It's nice to wake up and know I got a nice retirement plan. Just in case the word is good for another 60 years, God willing. But if it ain't, oh look, we got everything prepared. And if there ever is time for a famine, we got enough money to save up. If hyperinflation comes, we got enough money stored up to get all our basic needs and some and save it for the next 7 years. So what's the problem with having abundance? Why you mad? Because people got more than enough money. There's no such thing as having too much money. If you could have it, you would have the same thing. I said, do you know why people talk? Because they can't have it. When you can't afford things, that's when people say, well, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. Because if you could, you wouldn't be saying that. It's good to wake up every day with breath in your lungs and knowing God is good, but God is also good because he bless you with material things too. Why are we not talking about that side as well? He don't just bless you spiritually, he blesses you naturally too. Just because you might not be in a season of abundance and reaping and harvesting and sowing doesn't mean that everybody else ain't. God might not be blessing you with money right now. He might be blessing you with dealing with your life, grace and patience. You know what I'm saying? While somebody else already went through 6 seasons of that. So now it's their time to reap naturally. Just because people have a different season doesn't mean that everybody is the exact same. It doesn't mean that just because you might not be in that situation doesn't mean that God won't work in somebody else's life a different way. They say, well, obviously that's not true. Like this, it is true. People are different all over the world, dude. Everybody has they walk and they talks, man. You're not the only person in the world that's going through that stuff, man. Like I said, some people are dealing with things that is just their time and their season. Some people's is long, some people's is short. Some people's is abundant, and some people it might take a minute before they get it. The only reason that people want to mask God on it is because, like I said, they too dumb to go deal with their own life. And so when they can't make anything work in their life, they don't want to feel bad because they can't have abundance. So they make everybody else that has that feel bad. It's not about material things. It's not about the Porsche or the Ferrari. It's not about money. It's not about the muscles and the looks. I'm like, you know why you saying that? Because you don't have any. You couldn't have any. Just like they say, like it's not about when they say like because the God of this world is mammon. I said, bro, you don't even have enough money for your God to be mammon. You don't have to worry about mammon because you're not even in that category. You just talk because you don't have it. People got money and love God. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, man. But they see people are prospering and doing more and they envious. So that's when they want to throw the scriptures in your face. The God of this world is mammon. To be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. It's not about treasures or riches. Nobody ever said it was. Because they don't want people outdoing them. And in a way that is bewitching the people. You do bewitch the people to think that if they have abundance, something wrong with them. It's like, it's nothing wrong with them. If that was true, what's the whole parable of tithing and sowing? Giving your tithes and offering, man, God gives back sevenfold. So what is that supposed to mean, dude? That's why I said people be envious, can't let you have nothing. They won't let you have nothing. And you think we're gonna keep living everyday life dealing with these type of people? Absolutely not. I cannot stand envious people. I don't want envious people around me. And you shouldn't either. So when you see people that are jealous, jealousy is a sign of envy. Jealousy is just you being envious, not trying hard enough to go get your own stuff. I don't think there's a reason for nobody to be jealous in this world. There is no reason for jealousy. There's plenty of everything. You ain't gotta be jealous over no girl, man. There's more women than dudes. You ain't gotta be jealous over no money, man. There's more money than there is people. So what are you jealous over? You can go do and get the same stuff. It's just people don't want to try. And again, it's easier to be mad and hate than it is to actually work and do something about it. And that's why they sit right there talking. Because talking is easier than doing something. You feel me? Envy, like I said, envy is a really, really strong thing that I don't play. Because like I said, when people cannot get their way, they want to start speaking down on you. That's why people, if you ever hear these words, people call you arrogant, people call you entitled, proper. You think you better than everybody. It's not about that. I'm like, whenever they say those 5 things, you know they envious. Because why do you care? If it's not about those things, then let it not be about those things to you. If you don't care about having money and you don't care about living a nice life, then you go over there and do that somewhere else. Go to the wilderness and do that. Go do a Jesus challenge, a 40 days, 40 nights in the wilderness. Go do that. Like, why don't you go do that? Why you worry about what? Notice how they always worry about what you doing, though, right? They can't afford nice stuff, but they get mad when you afford nice stuff and say, well, if the treasures are stored up in heaven, and treasures are on earth too. Why we got to be broke living here too? Like, bro, I got to live this life for 90 years. I got to suffer every single day. Sometimes it's nice to have good stuff too. Why? Until I get to my eternal glory. Like, what's wrong with that? You see how stupid people are? And I said, no, that's a broke poverty mindset. People stay in poverty. And that's why they tell you, like, it's not about that. Yes, it is about that. It is. We reading this word. Everybody in the world live nice. Everybody in the word, God provided for luxurious. God blessing Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, everybody you see. And we sitting here, the only people thinking like, nah, see now, modern day now, we can't. Like, bro, do you know how expensive it is to live in modern day? And you telling me that we can't have anything abundant for us? We need all the abundance we can accept right now. We on the verge of an economic collapse, hyper super inflation, a day's wages for a loaf of bread. We gonna need all the abundance we gonna need, man. We got time for envious weirdos. Yes, it is one of the biggest sins. That's why I said, like, bro, jealousy is real. I kept telling you, I said, there's no reason to be jealous. There's no reason to be mad over nothing. There's plenty to go around. What's wrong with making your own money? What's wrong with making your own stuff? You want somebody else's name so bad? I'm like, bro, well, then go build your own name. Everybody has something unique about themselves. Why not just take the thing that make you unique and go build it? What's up, Chia? You got something that makes you unique. If you know how to bake, go start a bakery business. Let your name go down in history as one of the baddest bakers of all time. Why are you trying to copy Darby? Why are you trying to copy us? My name is Darby, and even I don't even go off of that name. I'm not trying to hold up Daddy's reputation. I got my own reputation to hold up, dude. That's why I don't use that name. Because it's enough reputation for your own stuff to go around for everybody. You don't get no word just off the name of a man, off of somebody else. The only name I want to represent is Jesus Christ. I'm trying to go off of nobody's name except Christ and my own. So why you running around here jealous, man? Ain't nothing to be jealous over. That's why I say they just take the words and call it something different. Jealousy, envy is all the same thing. Envy, jealousy, selfishness, two-faced, backbiting, slanderers, murmurers, gossipers. They all the same thing, just different names. You wouldn't believe the stuff that people be upset about. You wouldn't believe the stuff that people do. Or maybe you will, because we all know people like this. Can't stand to let nobody have nothing. That's why notice how we complain, especially in our community. Notice how Negroes keep complaining about white people all day. Every white thing come out their mouth. Government and white people and MLK, and they do us wrong and they kill the movement and they just don't want to see it succeed. And then one of us trying to succeed, here come his old nigga. Here come one of these niggas. Say, yeah, it's not biblical. Man, shut up. I can't stand people like that. You don't know what is biblical. That shows you don't even read your word because money is biblical, stupid. The Bible teaches you about talents. It teaches you about sowing and reaping. It teaches you about financial literature. Storing up an inheritance for your kids, you idiot. What you think that means? But again, people talk. Because again, they envious. If you are doing terrible in life, do you want to be surrounded with people who's doing way better than you? No. Somebody who's $100,000 in credit card debt. Do you want to be around somebody who's debt free? Probably not. They're gonna hate you every day just because you can swipe your Capital One and you ain't got to worry about no collection calls or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they have to worry about. So of course they're gonna be mad at you because you don't have to deal with the same thing they dealing with. If they got around a whole bunch of people, man, I'm just $50,000 in credit card. That's the crowd they want because they want to be with people that's like them. They don't want to feel alone in their debt. If they can't pay off their student loans, why they want to be around somebody who made the impossible possible by paying off their student loans? They don't want that. They want to be around people who also cannot pay around their student loans. They gonna hate. That's why I say that that's cool. That's why I said I told you envy tells on itself. That's why I tell people don't just listen to people talk. Listen to how they talk. They talking points. They so dumb they gonna tell on themselves. Especially when they try to slap God on it. I told you they only slapping God on it because again they're using him to cover up their idiocy. That's what they doing. God ain't in nothing that they saying. They just offended because again people are doing better than them. Notice when you was a nobody, you didn't get no views. Nobody cared about you. You was literally a nobody. They didn't talk nothing about you. They ain't talk no dirt bad about you. They did not care. The minute your name get a little bigger, they start making buzz. You start getting a little buzz and a little attention. That's when everybody got a diss track. Notice that? Diss tracks are just envious Negroes who are mad because you're doing better than them. Notice every rapper got a diss track, a opposition. Everybody got they can't come to this block. They ain't from this hood. Like, you notice that? But when that person lived in that hood, doing not jack what they like, they didn't say one word about that person. Now when that person get famous, making off the block, get some money, now they're saying, nah, they ain't got no real street cred. Like, you see how everybody got an opposition. Everybody got a diss track. Every pastor got a slanderer. Every weirdo is doing expose me videos. Everybody got an opposition of people that want to talk now because your name gets big. Everybody that has something is experienced. I've experienced it. My people's experienced it. Celebrities, YouTubers, content creators, entertainers experienced it. Everybody's experienced it. And it's all masked out of envy. It's not because you did nothing wrong or because you did, you're just in error. It's like, no, people are envious. And what they would do with your platform, that's why they mad because they don't have the audience on the platform that you got. And they see how you use it, and it's not the same way that they would use it. So then that's when they want to get on here and talk. I told you, look it up. Go listen to people talk. That's why I said, like, no, go listen to people talk. You will see they're going to tell on themselves what they really have an issue with. It's not that the Lord said. It's not that you're in sin, that God just doesn't like what you do. It's just they are mad because they cannot hold an audience and get what you got. They looking at the people that's following you. They looking at the people that tune in. They see your numbers, your views. They see the people that love you. They cannot get that. So then they feel like that the only way to combat that is go talk about you. Everybody got a downfall video on something. They know that person named whole weight. They can't stand the fact that that person named whole weight and theirs don't. So they got to go talk dirt bad about you. They look for the dirt. That's how you know people are envious. They never talk about the good. They never talk about the stuff you do, the stuff that you really are doing good. Not even that you're doing nothing wrong. It's just like I said, they never talk about the accomplishments, the stuff that you plan is based this channel off of, the powerful testimony that you give on this channel, the people that you're reaching, the people that you're helping, the good music and stuff that you do. They want to point out the small errors or stuff that they, not even errors, this is the stuff they have a problem with. Why you only talk about negativity? Because you envious. What about all the good? What about all the good stuff? What about all the good things we do? We don't ever get no videos on that. We don't ever get no spoken word from you on that. Saying, you're doing a good job with that. We don't never get that. Notice these same sleazy type niggas only say something when they find something they have a problem with, which shows you if you only got negativity to bring up, you an envious nigga. And that's what it is. You envious. You only call out the bad. "20 years have passed to give his life to the ministry and to the flock. And the one mistake they make, that's the only time niggas won't come out and talk. Not the 100,000 millions of lives they changed. Not the world that they have reached. Not the congregation and the name that they built. The one thing that they don't like, now they want to get on her and see, I know that pastor. That's the only time y'all want to talk. You don't care about that pastor. You just envious because you can't get a congregation. You can't stand that somebody is doing better than you at something that you wish you could do. You know how many niggas is mad at me because, again, they can't build a YouTube. They can't build a platform for themselves. And they looking at you because they mad because you got a name that they want. They want that Darby name. I don't know what's so great about this name, but they want that name. because they think it's going to make them royal. They think it's going to make them something special. They can't hold an audience like you. So what do? They belittle you. That's when they want to call you junior. That's when they want to call you, but see, your father audience is over there. That's when they want to say the stupidest stuff. And nigga said it. He's like, well, see, I think most people follow you because of your father. I'm like, are you mad because they didn't follow you? Is that what that is? Told on himself. A stupid idiot. Told on himself. That's what you're mad at, because you can't have the audience like that. You mad because they're not following you. You mad because people are not tuning you in. You mad because I'm not using my platform the way you would use yours. It's not because there's correction or because they just got to call something out. It's because the nigga envious and they can't have what you have. And that's the only way they can call you out, by doing a diss track or doing a downfall video. That's it. That's why I be telling people, I said, do you not notice the stereotypical game? Are y'all that much of a fool that y'all fall for anything anybody say? They don't have a point. They just mad because, again, they can't be you. So when they can't be you, or can't get cool with you, they gonna talk about you like envious people do. As I said, you want to know how to find out if somebody envious? If they always got something negative to say, they envious. Everybody has good. Everybody has good to say. If they always only bring up the negativity, envious. If they always talking about men of God that fell from grace, envious. If they talking bad about every celebrity, everybody that's doing something with their money, every corporation, every church, everybody they see that they don't even know what they don't like, envious. Y'all better get away from these type of people, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. You go walking. Oh, my bad. My kid is crying over here. Hold on. That's why I said they envy's real, man. That's why I said, since people want to talk, you got these weirdos running their mouth and won't talk, and they want to come over here. I told people leave me alone. But because an idiot won't come over here and mess with all of us, I said, okay, well, now we're going to let you know what's up. I'm going to expose your envious game. It ain't because you got the word of God. It's because you're envious. Because you can't get what we got. You can never have the stuff that we have. You can never have the platform that most people got. That's why you get on the internet talking. That's why a lot of these idiots and freaks get online trying to be a man of God, because they want validation for being somebody that they not. And when they see people who ain't doing the same field as them, but they got the audience that they want and they got the name that they want, that's when they want to come talk. Don't you be no fool. That's why I told some of y'all, just watch anything. I was watching something on Darby, always saying, watching something on me. Well, I can't say always. I think there's only one person that says something like that. But I said, but when you watch people that talk, and y'all sitting there like, well, they said this and they said, I said, bro, do you notice how they always say negative stuff? Have you never noticed that everybody got a negative video? You ever seen that? You always got negativity in everything, dude. Have you always noticed? Is it just me, or is it just a negative wave going around? Well, everybody got this. People mad at you, they mad at LeBron, they mad at everybody. It's like, bro, like LeBron ain't even did nothing personally to nobody. The man is literally like a really hospitality type guy. Whatever you say the word is. The man helps out organizations, man. He do a lot of good for people, and people still got something negative to say about dude. Just because they don't like his stance on politics, because they're biased. They envy. They can't stand the fact that he got a platform. He's doing more than they could ever do. So that's why they want to go trash the man. I told you, people find anything. You got Negroes now mad at black women, man, because they envious. I bet you would be envious, boy, when she can afford a house at 24 years old. I bet you would be envious because you can't do that. While you sipping 40, she's out there in school working. And while you wasted 30 years on the block, she wasted 30 years in training and business and education. We mad because she's one of the world's first. She's a real good black surgeon that spent 13 years in school to learn that profession, riding around in Mercedes and BMWs and Rolls Royces and Range Rovers and stuff, and you can't. Now you want to be a man of God because you exhausted all your funds. Your credit sucks. You ain't got no money to your name. You ain't got nowhere to go. And now you want to get on the line and be a man of God and tell everybody they going to hell. Like, no, nigga, you just an envious dude that want to mask up as a man of God so you can get respect because you envious of people that really do. I hate the envious stuff, man. That's why I say I don't like envious people. Why you think I say I don't like Negroes? Boy, Negroes are some of the most envious people you gonna meet. Everybody doing this stuff now, man. I told you, the Mexicans do it with each other, the white people doing it with each other, and now Negroes been doing it with us. We do this with everybody. We hate every race. We mad at everybody that's doing better than us. We hate each other more though. That's why I said I don't care about your feelings. I made everybody know I do not care about your feelings, dude. Please. Ain't no sympathy for an envious weirdo. I don't got no sympathy for you. You sure don't want to come to us, so why we gonna have it for you? Get your feelings hurt now? That's why people get upset. You hurt their feelings. They want to be you. They can't be you, so now they're envious. That's why I told you. I said, bro, when it comes, especially when it comes to like relationships, you see how people are with this. You see exactly how people act with that. They mad because they marriage ain't like yours. They mad because they can't get they dude to act right or they woman to act right. They can't get a man or a woman at all. And that's when they want to come talk. Be hoping you fail, hoping you break up with your significant other, man, just because they envious of you. Praying on your marriage to fail. Do you know how wicked you gotta be? They want your man, bro, and they will hope that y'all break up just so they can go get your man. That is like evil, dude. This is the stuff that we living in nowadays. It's always been like that from the dawn of time. I ain't gonna act like it's just nowadays. They've been doing this for a long time. I think it's just probably more common now. You feel me? Because nobody cares, bro. Like, and that's the stuff I be talking about. Like, bro, when you look at the envy, you see envy people, man. Like, it is a very dangerous, deadly thing. Cause look at how they behave. That's why I said nobody can go get their own. Everybody want to take your spouse. They want to take your dude. They want to take everything you got. You feel me? Your money, your car, everything. Like people just cannot stand nobody doing better than them. Your marriage can't be too good. They're gonna pray on it. You know what I'm saying? Literally pray on your downfall and pray on your man like they praying, just sitting there looking at you. It's not even the fact that they even want your dude or they want your girl. It's just the fact that, like I said, you got them. They want to rival you. They got some type of inner problems with you, our son, and that's when they come do this stuff. That's why I said, like, bro, no envy when you see it. Know it when you see it. If you see anybody doing that, you call them out or you get away from them. I don't care. We tight like a fist, man. Like, man, please. I care about nobody that much. I'm gonna let them do that to me. As I said, I was around dudes, man, to be envious of your woman. You have any idea what that feel like? 8 billion people in the world. You got probably the majority is probably like 4 point something billion women, and a Negro sitting here looking at your woman. Boy, them is fighting words right there. That's fighting tactics, dog. That's why I said I'd be ready to fight. You be ready to do something to somebody, man. Because it's like, bro, you look at how people are. Can't let you have nothing. All these fine women walking around here, and a Negro looking at what you got. You have any idea how infuriating that is? See why back in the Bible, if you got caught in adultery, they be wanting to stone you. Because it's like, bro, out of all the people you could have, you take somebody else's stuff. That's very infuriating. Like, I'm gonna have to kill you. That's why they would stone you back then, bro. Because it's like, why would you do that? You had plenty. You can go to any land in the world and go do this. Why you trying to take mine, bro? Like, what's the problem? That's why most people don't feel sorry for the other person when they get caught cheating or they trying to mess with somebody man or somebody woman and they get knocked out. Nobody feels sorry for them. That's what you get. You shouldn't have been messing with somebody's significant other. That's what you get. You won't do it no more, will you? I've had women trying to get me, man, just because they was trying to prove a point. I've had women try to take me from my own woman. Do you know what that's like? Bro, I can't make this up, dude. Man, I know envy when I see it, dude. I can't make it up. That's not gloating. I'm literally telling you that's happened before. That just happened last year, dog. That's one of the reasons I stopped with relationships for a minute because I can't stand how people act. People go crazy and lose their mind, dude. I had a girl trying to take me from the girl I was already with. Bro, that is crazy. I don't even think she even wanted me like that. She just didn't like the other girl, so she was trying to prove a point. Like, I missed to take your man. That's literally what she was trying to do, bro. And I saw that envy, and guess what I started doing? Stop being around her, stop talking to her, stop following her, stop interacting with her. It wasn't like, bro, it wasn't even that she was even trying to have it. She was telling me. She told me she ain't like old girl. Couldn't say the reason, couldn't even say the reason why she didn't like it. Just was mad because old girl got me first. Trying to talk bad about her, throwing a little shade and little sly remarks. Kept trying to get me alone. Kept trying to call my phone. What you doing? Who you with? Where you at? And every time I kept saying, hey, I'm with such and such, oh, but never mind. I don't want to talk. Now she don't want to talk. Now you don't want to be cool now. Now you don't want to tell me what you wanted to tell me. But then guess what happened when I got alone? When she would call me, I'm like, what's up? Like, what you doing? Like, hey, let's go do something together. I want to come over. Trying to throw shade. Lily was trying to flirt with me. She kept saying, she was like, I like you. I want you. I was like, I'm with somebody, right? I'm with somebody. They don't care. They don't care. Because they envious. She couldn't have me, so she was mad at some other girl that got me. So she's envious of what we had. She saw we was good together. We didn't have a problem with each other, and she was envious. That stuff worked with men and women too. Men and women too. Do you see what I'm saying? And as fast as that, that's how stuff could have started. Right there. That's how stuff starts, man. An envious spirit. You don't even want that person, probably. You just mad because somebody else got it. Y'all still there? Can y'all hear me? Woo. Trying to make sure I don't freeze up on this thing. I don't even know he's still in here. Okay, I see you. Okay, make sure. I'll be freezing up on here. If it does, I'll just restart it. So it is, man. That's how people get hurt, literally. That's why I be telling you. I said people get hurt over this literally. Think about all the girls that got beat up by the wife. Because dude kept trying to, she kept trying to holler at dude at work. She trying to be in the married man's face and his wife show up and hurt her. Like, that's what she get. You think I'm gonna feel sorry for him? Like, well, see, you should have turned the other cheek. No, you handle your business as a wife. You handle your business. Hurt her real bad so she know don't be around dude no more. Home wrecking spirit. Envious. Breaking up a married man and his family. All because you got a point to prove, man. You want to be the local hoe? Man, please. Well, I hope you get whooped like one, and I hope she turns you a new one. And guess what happened when they do? I be laughing at them. Yeah. Look at that scratched up face you got. Yeah, that's funny. That's what you get for messing with a married couple. That's what you get. I don't feel sorry for you. Think I feel sorry for a home wrecker? A murderer that's envious? I don't feel sorry for you one bit. You know how many times I seen dudes get set up by some girl because some dude was mad at him because he got a Rolex that he wants, because he wants his stuff. He wants dude's money. And they go use some girl to go set him up and rob him and they kill the guy. You think I feel sorry for them because they get 100,000 years in jail? Absolutely not. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't. And the girl get locked up too. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for y'all one bit. I don't. Don't write no confession or no sob story. We don't care. We don't care. And it's one of the worst things you can do. Because you want the man Rolex, man, and you go set him up. Because you know dude's had, he got a blind eye for a woman. He said everything he on a regular date, don't even know his death is coming right around the corner. He have no idea. Envy the silent killer. Envy is the silent killer. I saw one girl, she was a teenager. That's why I said, I don't care about no teenagers. I don't care. You old enough to know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Try to set dude up. Set dude up on a dating site because, again, she went with some other niggas to go rob him because they wanted his stuff. Set the dude up, killed the guy. And now when she's standing before a judge and the judge hit her with an additional 20 years, now she's sitting there crying. Her mama's in the court screaming. I said, you know what? You should sentence the mama too. Get her too. It's always a nigga in the background screaming, crying. Like you don't know what your child out here doing. Your child just said somebody get killed. You sit here screaming because your child got 20 years. Always a nigga. A murderer. And you want to cry. What about the family of the dead kid they just killed though? Care about your daughter? I mean, nigga, your daughter can rot. Along with the rest of them niggas. Yeah, I said it, you niggas. Crying for the ones that don't nobody want, but the ones that they do want, they killed them. Envy. A deadly killer. That's why I say I ain't got no more sympathy for a nigga. I don't. That envy is murderous, dude. The first envy is Cain and Abel. We keep saying it all throughout history. The first murder was created off an envy. People just can't stand you. See the level of wicked that people will go through. I told you a while back, my homeboy said he knew a girl in the city that was they envious. They do the same thing. Be setting dudes up to get killed, to get robbed, get killed. And guess what happened when people found out what she was doing? Do you think they cared because she was a black woman? You think they cared because she's just some sweet, innocent girl? They killed her. Because when people find out what you're doing, they don't have sympathy for you. You took out somebody homie. You are responsible for their death, for somebody's son, somebody's brother. You think they care about you? Guess what happened to her? She got done the same way. And nobody felt sorry for her. See how envy can get you murdered too? You see how that can play a part in your demise as well? What's up, Crystal? Tired of the envious spirit, dude. Can't none of us never have nothing, man. We always got somebody trying to rival us. Envy spirit gonna take out more people than we can count, man. More people than the plague got taken out by the envy. Ain't that crazy? And you want me to feel sorry for people? You want me to feel sorry for you? Can't stand nobody. People ain't bothered you a day in your life. And they'll look at the car you drive and be like, you know what? I don't like you having that car, bro. Where I'm from in Memphis, Tennessee, is known for that. You can't stunt too hard. You can't walk around flashy too hard. You ain't even did nothing to nobody. They just don't like the fact that you got all that gold. They don't like the fact that you putting it in their face. They'll kill you. They will kill you. Just because. Not that you're gang affiliated. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't smoking on nobody pack. You ain't doing nothing to bother nobody. They will kill you just because you got something they don't have and they don't like the fact that you got it. Just a simple reason to lose your life. Just because they'll see something that you got, they want it, they mad because you got it and they can't get it, they'll kill you for it. Not ask you how you got it. Not even try to just rob you. They will take your life, bro, just because they hate the fact that you did it. It's one thing to rob somebody. It's another thing to rob them, then kill them. They want you dead. They want you gone. That is a special type of murderistic spirit. You couldn't just take people's stuff. They want to kill you. What type of hatred and niggerism you got in you that you want to kill somebody just because they're doing better than you? You got people out here pleading for their life. Like, hey, man, just take my stuff. Like, just take it. And they still shoot them anyways. What type of envy do you get? You hate somebody that bad. Be doing home invasions because they can't stand the fact that people got better stuff than them. Go invade somebody home, tie up him and his family, and kill them all. And you think somebody feels sorry for these little niggas when they get shot? Yeah. 3 of them little niggas tried that in Georgia. They tried it and they didn't leave. Try to rob dude and they didn't leave. He killed all 3 of them. And now their parents are sitting there talking about, you didn't have to kill him. Yes, he did. He was just, the nigga said he was just there to rob you. Like you supposed to let that slap on the wrist. You supposed to just let that slap on the wrist like, he was just here to rob me, nothing more. Like what you think he gonna do when he rob you? They came strapped up with guns, came strapped up with ski masks, and you think we supposed to believe they just was there to rob you? And what would have happened if he would have tied him up, tied his family up, took advantage of him, then killed him? You think that would have been cool? I said, nah, he ended all three of these little living nightmares. Well, maybe if you would have raised your son better, that ain't my problem. They tried to hit him with a charge. I'm like, boy, please, he's in Georgia. Stay in your grand state. He got off. Like he should get off anyways. Imagine you defending yourself from some envious niggas trying to kill you and try to rob you, and you get charged. Don't be in California, because that's what's gonna happen if you're in California. The stay in your grand law don't exist. And they know that. You got a whole playground full of envious niggas out there that want your stuff, and they can willingly walk up and rob you, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it, and the police definitely ain't gonna do nothing about it, and you got to sit there and take it. Whatever they want and whatever they will is, you got to be there and take it. A dude in California just got in trouble for that. He took out his gun and started shooting back. And he was the one that got locked up because he wasn't supposed to have a gun. Because in California, you pretty much can't have it. And they know that. That's what the criminals know that. That's why they go mess with people like that, because they know the people know that the people follow the law. And they know if you follow the law, you ain't going to fight back. You ain't got no way to protect yourself. The police definitely ain't doing their job. The city council and the laws that they making definitely ain't for the people. And they want you to stand there and be a walking target. I said, well, I'd rather be judged by 12 than be carried by 6. I could care less about a little Negro. I could care less. I know what's happening up there. Yeah, I know. That's why people ain't stupid. I'm like, man, please. I don't care what the law is. I'm gonna protect myself, protect mine. Notice it's the worst cities, the worst envious places where they don't want you to have this stuff. Los Angeles, Baltimore, New York, places where people will jack you for fun. And they don't want you to go protect yourself. Devil is a lie. Devil is a liar. I seen one of them little Negroes and meet they make it today. Then what they say when they get on the news, they say, hey, they said, hey, well, how's people gonna eat? They won't go try to excuse dude for doing that. He broke in somebody's house trying to steal their TV. She's talking about how's people supposed to eat? Like, how was a TV got to do with eating? He's a teenager in high school. Robbing people's TVs. She's talking about with everybody just trying to eat. What does eating got to do with breaking in and stealing my TV, dude? I said, no, 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 no. We're not doing no black excuses. We're not doing that no more. No, we're not doing that. We're in 2026. We're not doing that no more. We're gonna change as a people. This is how we change. Hold each other accountable. We're not doing that no more. Houston and Dallas. Ain't that right? Hold on. There was people from Stockton came to Oakland because of laws on the. Yep. And that's what they do. Again, what you think home invasions and burglary is? Envy. Envious. That's why they tell y'all, and it's a PSA for some of y'all that didn't know. You should know this. But if you get new stuff, do not put your boxes outside. If you get a new TV or you get a new cabinet or you get something new in the mail or something, or your Amazon packages, do not put that stuff outside by the trash. Cut it up, tear it up in a million pieces, throw it in the trash cans and bury it. Because they said it's already known, I think 80% of home invasions happen because people put their stuff outside. You got a brand new flat screen TV and you put the box outside for the recyclables, people know what you got. Don't let them know what you got. People cannot stand that your TV is 20 inches bigger than theirs. Bro, I'm not joking. People will rob you because of that. I wish I could say some of this is a joke. It's not a joke. Sadly, it's not. Envy is a real thing, man. And once you start understanding that, you'll stop sitting here being all lovey-dovey. Stop being slow and just, well, we just gotta love everybody. We do love everybody, but we ain't gonna let nobody hate us because we got our stuff. We're not gonna let you do something to us just because we trying to live. That don't give you the right to bust down my door and take my stuff, man. What's wrong with you? Yeah, you try that back in the Bible days, and they'll cut you into 2 pieces with that sword they got by that door. Yeah, they would. And that same day, you do it nowadays, we gonna take that pistol and shoot you 2 times. We don't play nowadays. We didn't play back in the Bible days. They didn't play back in the BC days. They didn't play that either. So we not gonna play it either. That's what I was about to say too. In the last days, they call wrong right and right wrong. That's literally what they doing. Spirit of envy. I told you that's a murderous spirit, dude. That's a murderous spirit. You have any idea people want you dead? You know why most of these rappers are getting death threats? Why people want them dead? It ain't even that they gang affiliated. I told you, it's just that they're doing better than what most people is doing. They're doing better than what somebody else could do. They came again. It's sad. You know what's sad? I'm gonna tell you what's sad. I come from Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky got Jack Harlow. Y'all know Jack Harlow, the white rapper, right? We got another rapper signed to Yo Gotti called ESTG. Do you know that Jack Harlow can walk around freely? Ain't nobody trying to kill him. ESTG cannot walk around, not just because he's gang affiliated, but because he's black. He's from the East End area, which is where we from, which is where our church is. We always been from there. The East End beats with the West End. They will kill him just because they mad because he made it out the city. Not that he's gang affiliated, not that he did nothing wrong, just the fact that he's an upcoming rapper, he's getting famous, he putting the city on. Negroes can't stand when it can't be them, so they'll kill him just because he's black and just because he came from somewhere they came from. They not messing with Jack Harlow. They don't care about him. They don't care about the white boy. They care about the Negro because again, they don't got no envy towards white people like that. They got a deeper envy towards each other. They've never tried to kill Jack Harlow. They tried to kill this guy on several occasions, dude, just because they don't want him to make it out. Do you see the level of wickedness that people are? It can be white people making it from the city all the time. They don't care about them. They care about their own kind. It's something about a hatred of your own kind. It's like people just, they cannot stand it. They expect, because they expect white people to make it out. They don't expect us to. That's sad. That's why when I was about to move from Louisville, I didn't really tell everybody. Because I knew people are envious. How you moving to San Antonio? It takes money to move to San Antonio, money that they don't have. You think they found out what I got in my crib and I'm just gonna tell everybody? You don't tell people in Louisville what you got in your crib. You getting robbed, I set up. I got all this studio equipment in here, man. I got this music, got everything. I got money in my house, man. You think I'm gonna let somebody come over here? I got stuff in here that people want. Everybody trying to rap anyways. Everybody want to do music. You see, they say you got music stuff. You think they gonna just let it slide? They gonna take your stuff. I lived in the hood too. You think they're not gonna bust in your door and take your stuff? I never left the door open for too long, and that's why we kept them dogs in the front yard because it's a nigga repellent. They don't come over there. Negroes don't like dogs. They heard what we had on New Year's. They know what we got, so that's why they kind of kept them away. Be playing that. They sure do. That's why I said they be praying on your downfall. They do. That's why I told you they hope you did go to prison, investigation, IRS, FBI come get you. They want some type of juicy dirt scandal. That's why I said if they always looking for negativity, they envious. Why you hate somebody that bad? It's one thing if you had a personal, long lasting beef with them for the last 20 years, or if it was like a family generational thing. I said, but when you don't even know somebody and you hate them that bad, it's like, what's wrong with you? You ask people what most of their beef is, they can't even tell you. They can't even tell you. It's like the story of the McCoys and the Hatfields or whatever it's called. They don't even know why they fighting each other. They have no idea. It's just a generational thing. They kept saying, why you shooting at them? Because they're McCoy. Yeah, but what's the problem? It's like, because they over there. Okay, what's the problem? Because they're McCoy. They don't even know why they shooting at them. They just mad. Just envious for no reason. Can't stand nobody get nothing. What have we kept saying all them years? Remember back in the segregation era and the Jim Crow, we just get, because it's hard white people doing this. And now we crying, ain't no black representation. We ain't got no real black leaders. And then you get somebody like Pastor Darby, one of the greatest, if not one of the greatest black leaders you've ever seen. And people hate that man. Not white people, his own kind. A great black leader, and they hate him. A lot of people hate that man. Nobody from the hood is making it out. And we got a lot of people from the hood making it out, and they hate them. They hate you. But you complaining about how we ain't got no representation. And I said, you don't want any representation because it could never be you. Yep. Now you see the meaning of that song. They smiling in my face whole time they want to take my place. The backstabbers. Yeah, backstabbers. Envy. Envy. That's a good song because it's envy. That stuff real. It's real. That's why I said, don't think everybody in your face smiling at you call you friend. It's friend. Didn't Judas betray Jesus with a kiss? Wasn't Judas acting like he was his friend? His greatest enemy was standing right there. Envy. Every time you see hatred, jealousy, envy. That envy is deep. You just sitting here minding your business, making an honest living, and somebody come just mad at you. They always want to come and shoot you down. You got a good idea. You've been having a good idea since you was like 7 or 8 years old. You ever, every one of us, in here can relate to that. You had a great idea. You've always been around people that were so daggone negative. Somebody shot you down. Somebody beat you down with their words, whether it was your mama or your family or your friends or cousin them or somebody. And you kept wondering like, why are people so negative? You got big dreams and aspirations to do stuff, and people look at you like you crazy. Every one of us in here can attest to that. I bet you we can. Somebody shot you down. And the minute you was doing good, are you trying to do good? People look at you like you're crazy. We know what that's like. Envy. Envy. Remember I told y'all? Remember I told y'all back in a while back. I said over in Africa, a lot of parts in Africa, it was an African pastor that was telling mom and daddy. He said over here, he said we have to lie about how our kids are doing. He said if somebody walks up to you and asks you, how your child doing? I ain't seen him in a minute. How y'all doing? They say they have to lie and say, oh, that child, he's the worst. That boy's just so terrible. He's always in trouble. I don't know how to help him. He said, because if we tell people that our kid is doing better than theirs, they will go to a witch doctor and put a hex on you just because you're doing better. Envy. Envy. What's up, Lakeisha? Envious. You are a special type of idiot. Putting a hex on somebody because they doing better than you. That is the biggest envious thing I've seen. Oh, man. Envy. You see why envy is one of the seven deadliest sins now, right? You see that, right? Look what you would do. No, surely nobody would go put a hex on you. What's up, LB? Surely nobody would set you up and rob you and kill you just because they don't like they because you're doing better than them. Remember that. Envy. Yeah. People, yeah, you see it. That's why I said you could tell who's envious. Whole time you got somebody like Ahab, the king of the land. Dude could do whatever he want. He could have just took what was it, Naboth? He could have just took Naboth's land, dog. He asked for his vineyard. He said no. He could have been like, bro, this is mine. Give it to me. I own this. He went over crying and sulking like a punk. And guess what people do when they envious? Bear false witness. Hey, for real. They bear false witness. What did Jezebel do? Go get some false witnesses to say, we heard him blaspheme God. We heard him do that. And they killed him and stole his stuff. And that's when it said God hated this dude. That's one of the only times I've seen where it said God hated somebody. I've never really seen that. I would hate somebody like that too. Do you see what envy is now? Because Buddy was envious over his vineyard. He could have just been like, all right, I'll get another one. Hey, bro, give it to me. That's mine. Which still wouldn't have been right. But you killed a man. And what do people do? What do they say? They lying on your name. We've had people lie on our name just because they can't stand it. We better than them. Bro, I'm telling you, man. I can't make this up. We've had people do it. There is no length you wouldn't go to when you are an envious person. Just like they lied on Naboth, they will lie on you. Now, I don't know how God feels about that now, but when Ahab did that, it said God hated him. So maybe God might hate you for that if you do that. I don't know. Bro, I said God hated that man. And God was going to kill him. See? Since you people talk about the judgments of God, that's when God was really like, I'm gonna do something to you because of that. That should show you right there. We probably shouldn't be in envy because God might just do the same thing to us. They got Ahab killed. I don't want to get me killed. I don't want that. I bet he is. I wouldn't be surprised. Envy stuff is crazy. Can't let us have nothing. Can't let us have nothing. That's why I said if anybody lie on your name, just know it's a spirit of envy. I've had people lie on my name, bro. I literally have people come over and say, somebody said you hate your father. I'm like, I never said that. Lying on your name, though. And then they came over, they said, I don't think you hate your father. You don't seem like, obviously I don't. I never said that. Like I said, buddy at the job said I was walking around cussing people out. I never said that. Because he was envious because I was around a girl that he was trying to get with at the job. He tried to paint me as the worst character in the world because he didn't like the fact that me and her used to laugh with each other. He didn't like the fact me and her was hanging with each other after work. He didn't like the fact that me and her followed each other on Instagram. He did not like the fact in the morning meeting that we always stood by each other. He didn't like the fact that we was always on the phone. He couldn't stand that we from the same city. He didn't like it. So what does he do? Smile in my face. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Hey, bro, yeah, you good up behind my back. He go talk bad about me though. Envy. Brother, man had a girlfriend, but he was still envious over another man's stuff. The girl wasn't even mine, but he was acting like she was mine. Envy. It's like that. It's like that. She called me talking about. She said, "Yeah, somebody." She said, "Yeah, they said you was going off in the office and you was cussing people out." I said, "I never said that." I raised my voice. I'm like, "Bro, I didn't say one cuss word to nobody." I'm like, "Who told you that?" She said, "Dude," I was like, "I never." He just told me we was cool. Envious, liars, slanderers, two-faced. Them types. Yeah, disgusting. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's why I say you see it on job. You see it on job. You see it everywhere you go at. It's don't leave. Like I said, you hang around your kind. You see it with white people. You see it everywhere you go at the job, life, anywhere. I feel you, brother. You have a good one, man. I'll catch you. Mm. Season 2 years being lied on. Yeah, man, it's like, yeah, that's why I said you're gonna get lied on. But just know your blessing coming faster. Sometimes God uses that to bless you faster, just to show you where that Psalm 23 come in. That's where that Psalm 23 come in. It's talking about envious people. That's what it's talking about. That's why I said, okay, we'll see what God does. Like you think they be talking about God gonna get you? It ain't because they care about you. It's because they want God to get you because they envious. They mad at you because you got something they ain't got. Remember, everybody think they the same as you. We are not the same, boy. We are not the same, and never will be. Envious. The Pharisees and Sadducees was envious of Christ because Christ had a bigger ministry, a better following, and was way better than they could ever be. And I'm pretty sure Christ looked 100 times better than what they look like. And that's when they hated him and wanted to kill him because he was better than them. Crazy, right? Crazy. Envy. Our Lord and Savior dealt with envy. You're going to deal with it too. Don't worry about it. It's part of life. You're going to deal with it. That's how I know the people of the Bible back then was they had to be us. Because we do this same thing, man. We are so envious over everything, man. People can't let you have nothing. Apocalypse truth. Is that apocalypses? Apocalypse. It's all merged together. I can't see. Hola, como estás? Konnichiwa. But nah, man, that's why I said like that envy spirit is deep. That's why I told you. I said, bro, this is why people lie on you. This is why people bear false witness. He said this. He did this. I'm like, I never said that. Never did that. I'm like, okay, well. And sometimes you be thinking like people just be tripping. It's like no, people are really there's something about you they don't like. You got something about you that's better than them. That's why they saying that. If you got to slander somebody's name, it's because they're better than you. That's what it is. And I said, no, we've got a generation full of angry Negroes that's mad at everybody. Remember, I told you, when you proper as a black person, when you're proper, especially the girls always being proper. And like I said, they talk, they ain't necessarily got no accent. They don't talk like that. What do they call you? You think you white. Why we gotta be white? Why can't we just be us? Because she's good at school? Because she's good at math? The girl going to school to be an engineer, she talks soft and proper. She ain't talk like it, which, like I said, not everybody talk like it means ghetto. It's just that's some people's accent. But because she talks proper, you think you white. You one of them white girls. Like, so you telling me that black people are stupid? That's what you saying? They just told on themselves. They're telling you that they think black people dumb. Only the information of a nigga. Only the information of a nigga. That's why I know white people be sitting back laughing like, look at these idiots. Look at them. They think they supposed to be dumb. Like, yet they call themselves the people of God. And yet they sit here talking about they gotta be dumb because they black. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why you mad because somebody talk like if they was white? Even if they was, what's that got to do with you? Envy. Because they better than you? She gets more dudes and attention than you. That's what it is. Yeah. Envy. Why you think they say looks don't matter? Because when it does matter, you can't compete. Envy. Why you think a lot of people got mad at this whole interracial marriage thing? Because again, it ain't them. You don't really care about no white girl. You just mad because the dude don't want you. Because if he got with a black woman that ain't you would still be mad because it ain't you. I've seen black women get hated by the same women that said that interracial marriage is a sham. They said you got to stick within your race. And the minute the dude that they like go get some black woman that look way better than them, now she's a B, she's a hoe, she thinks she all that. He could have did better. She ain't that cute. Like it's envy, envious. A black woman gonna get more hate from another black woman, especially when you get the man that they want. I'm telling you, we can talk about white people all day. If we deal with them tomorrow, these are the people we gotta deal with. After that, if we deal with Trump and all the neo-Nazi skinheads tomorrow, we still got to deal with our own kind. You can't even name the last white person that really did something to you right now. You can't name it. Every one of y'all can at least name 5 Negroes in your family or that you know recently that just did something. It's like that. It's like that. Say it loud. That's why I'm like, no. That's why I said, no, we're not going to play this whole black game. I'm fair on everybody. Like I said, I don't play with the white people when they do that stuff, and I don't play with us when we do it because we know what we do. I ain't playing that game. Want to throw that in the mix, talk about that interracial stuff. I said no, it ain't because then, like I said, they see an Idris Elba that they wanted, and he go get him a Nia Long, and I see wow, see because she a hoe, and see she got a pass and she get around. Like it's always something wrong with somebody else. But I said, but you just said that black people got to stick together, so why you putting down another black woman? Why you putting down somebody's black relationship? Because it ain't you. That's why. That's what you're mad at. Envy. That's why I said, don't think because you're the first one in your family to get married, your people gonna be happy for you. Boy, they hate you. Mama was the first one to get married in her family. They hated her. Just because she wanted to do better in life. Just because her and daddy got saved. They getting out the street. Mama was a correction officer at the time, so she was doing good in life. Raising, it was me and Stisha at the time. And so she was raising me and Stisha. Her and daddy about to get married. Actually, they had just got married. Joe was born the next year after 1996. He's born in 97. Mama's a correction officer working, daddy working, doing this construction thing. They good people staying out the street, making a way for us, staying in our life, doing the right thing as black parents. Because you don't. I don't say you don't see it a lot, but the stereotype is that y'all not in each other's life. You feel me? That's in the 90s during the crack epidemic. That's when anybody could have been on crack. Thank God they wasn't. And they stayed in our life and was a positive black example. And they hated them. Mama and them family hated us. They tried to sew us apart, bro, just because they was mad. Because we were doing the right thing. Because mom and daddy was the first one on both sides of their family that was like, we breaking this generational curse. We're not doing this type of lifestyle no more. We're not doing this. And they hate you because you wanted something better. Remember I told y'all yesterday, they set me up. I was a kid. They set me up to cuss. So they can be mad at mom and daddy and say, I thought y'all ain't cuss. Why your son cussing? Bro, I was a number like 4 or 5 years old. I don't think it was even 5. I think it was like 4, dude. 3 or 4. You know you a special type of wicked. Special type of Negro. You do something like that to a 3 or 4-year-old. Just because you're trying to get at their peoples. Boy, that is so messed up. Don't call mama. I thought y'all ain't cuss. She was like, we don't. Why your son saying cuss words? She was like, well, he didn't learn it from us. I ain't never not heard mom and daddy say one curse word. Never not. I've never not heard them say one curse word. So that's how you know we got it from them. Mom and daddy just didn't live that way on YouTube. They live this way in real life. Why you think they envious of mom and daddy? Because they didn't want to believe it's real. You could live like that. Man, there wasn't nothing fake about Pastor Darby. There was nothing fake about that man, dude. Why you think he get a lot of hate from people that don't know him? Because they can't do what he's doing. I can attest to you now, wasn't nothing fake about that guy, man. He lived what he preached. He was like it at home. He was like it on the stage. He was like it anywhere he went at. The same with mama. They don't want to believe it's real, so that's why they hate you. They got to look for something. They got to look for flaws. Then they try to get their kids against you. That's how you know they just dumb. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, that was big envy. That's why I said it was envy. It was all y'all kids gonna run away. How you know? You see what I'm telling you? Only a Negro knows what the future holds. Only a Negro knows what God gonna do. Only a Negro knows what your future is gonna be like. Keep in mind, they live in the West End of Louisville. The West End is the worst part in the city. That's why all the not the niggas is over on the West End. The people you don't want to touch over there. They over there in the worst spot. Sidewalk ain't been remodeled since 1973, and they telling you what your future is. Only they know what God's gonna do to you and for you. You see how dumb you got to be. That's why I tell you, know the code words when people talk. When they say God's gonna do something, they just mad because you didn't listen to them. It's not that you didn't listen to the word of God. You didn't listen to them. So now they think they speak on God's behalf for you. Imagine that. That's how you know you're dumb when you say what God gonna do in general. Like you know you stupid when you tell somebody that God gonna do something to them. You know you dumb. That's why God, every time they talk, look what God does. The exact opposite. The exact opposite every time. God's gonna get you and God blesses you. You know you're dumb when you tell somebody that God's gonna do something to them. Yeah, you a special type of stupid. That's why I troll people like that and I talk about them badly. Because like I said, you stupid. And then when they get proven wrong and they get embarrassed, well, see, we just gotta, well, see, you 1,000 our boats and see, you gotta, no. If they do want to say sorry, they want to say sorry 20 years later after they don't slandered you, put lies and rumors on your name. That's why the Bible said, if your brother repent to you and says sorry, if he repented and he goes back and makes right what he did, then you can forgive it. You can be like, okay, cool. Because like I said, the word knows that people gonna go out here and do wrong. And then after they do 30 years of hell and just one, I'm sorry. It's like, okay, you can be sorry. Go back to everybody that you gave an evil word to. Go back to everybody that you went, that you said them evil lies to, and tell them that. Go make a video on YouTube refuting the first video you made about us talking crazy, and then come to me and say, hey, I'm sorry. Don't do no behind the closed doors and just, on the side. I ain't want to be in your DM. Hey, man, maybe we should talk. No, go talk to your people that you slandered us for 10 years. You go do that. I don't got nothing to say to you. You did a lot of dirt. You think you was going to get out of this overnight? No. Go back to everybody you said that to. Yeah, they want to have a silent truce. Nope. Go tell everybody you said. Go tell them that. For real. No, it's real. That's a real confirmation. And it's a blessing. The fruits of labor. Like, sure is. No, yeah, that's why I'm last one. No, you ain't getting away with that. I said, I told you, only a Negro want to go do the most dirt. And now when they want a silent truth, it's always, I'm just like, no, you weren't just playing. You know how I get? No, I don't know how you get. That's why I tell old buddy, like I said, I told you, envy. They be eyeing your woman. Envious. Yeah, we might be on a Discord later, bro. It's still kind of early. So if y'all want to, we can get on it later. But that's why I say envious. Dude was eyeing my woman. And then they say, oh, I was just playing. You ain't playing. You not playing. Even if you was, you do not play like that. You don't play like that. Let somebody play with you and your woman like that. Let somebody do it to you. It ain't gonna be funny. Hey, cuz I was just joking though, bro. Hey, bro, it's a joke. Yeah. You're not gonna see it that way. Bro, I told you I was so man. Like I said, the girl's not my wife. We weren't even like an official thing. We were seeing if he was gonna be official, but we kind of like stopped talking. But it was the fact that it was like, bro, we was together. He knew that. He knew that. He was like, yeah. He said, yeah, y'all. He was like, are y'all still together? Cause I'm interested. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no, not a nigga. Oh man, bro, my heart rate was 130 something. I was hot, heated. I start thinking about the Bible times. I said, I know why they was stoning you. I said, had I been near the nearest cylinder block, I said, buddy, I'd have clubbed you with it. I got like David, got 5 smooth stones and hit you with all 5, and then picked them up and hit you times 2. I said, I know why they was like that back then. I slayed the giant mentally. No, no. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, that's why I said I'm like, bro, because again, I'm not stupid. Like, bro, I know the envy of a Negro. I know a game when I see it. So when yeah, they tell me that's what I said. Like, bro, I know it when I see it. So when people come here and do it, I'm like, bro, you ain't fooling me. I know the game. I know how it goes. You an envious Peter gazer, dude. You Peter gazing me, dude. What you looking at? So dude over here Peter gazing, man, and he's sitting there like, why are you upset? Why? Like, bro. He went to the other homie. I don't know why he acting like it. And dude was like, no, you know what you did. I told you they don't want to confront me. They want to go somebody else. They don't want to say that to me. I was livid. I said, brother, I ain't gonna lie. It was probably nice you didn't confront me because I said that you did. Ain't no telling. Because I was just like, dang, bro. Because I'm like, bro, I fight for my woman. One thing about Steve, I'm very protective. I fight for my woman. I fight for my people. But especially when you my woman, ain't gonna be nobody disrespecting you. That's how daddy was. Daddy would whoop you and do something to you over mama. He would do something to you over his daughters, and I'm the same way. I would do something to you over mama, over my sisters, and my woman. I promise you, I will. So I'm the same way. Real man. I'm like that. So that's why I'm like, bro, I'm serious. I'm like, I don't play that stuff. I feel like I dropped the ball. Like, bro, I even let her come around, dude. I was like, dang, bro, that's on me. I should have known better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made me feel like a failure. Like, dang, dude, I let her get violated kind of because she was around, dude. Even she was saying like he was making her feel kind of weird. I was like, dang, dog. Like, I didn't even know that. So yeah, I was beating myself up over it. So I said, I got to beat you up. Oh look, it's Empress. You know what? I'm not even gonna entertain you because you just go on one today. We're talking about envy. We ain't talking about I think I had a rhyme that way with that. Rhyme with the yeah, Peter gazing. Go look it up. Peter gazing, that's a real word. You'll see exactly why it's called what it's called. You'll see what I'm saying. It's the same as crotch watching. It's the same thing. I'm telling you, dude. Like when they say you watching my pockets, like you crotch watching me, that's what Peter gazing means. It means you trying to see what I'm doing. Like it's a euphemism. You know what I mean? But it's the best way I can describe it because it's just like, bro, like why you all up on somebody tallywhacker, dog? Like what's wrong with you? Why you looking at somebody Johnson? Like, bro, what's wrong with you? Cuz it's weird. They always want to know your next move, know what you're doing, why you care, who you with. You and no girl still a thing? Like, why would you ask that? Like, I don't ask people that. That sounds suspicious. It's like, bro, like, why you asking if me and them still together? Like, why you want to know? That's why I said, don't think people don't do that. See. I thought a lot of these dudes. That's one thing I always say about some of these guys. Some of these guys do be weird, like y'all women say they are. But I thought some of these dudes, when they did that, I thought they was just insecure because they just like that. But I said no. A lot of guys, when it comes to y'all women, a lot of guys I like it. When it comes to other dudes, it's not because they just insecure. They know how other guys are. They know other guys be snakes too. Just like how you wouldn't leave some of these girls around your man because you know how she is. That's some of the dudes too. They know y'all thing. They know y'all got a strong bond. Y'all good. Y'all don't got no intentions of breaking up. He will be sitting there plotting on your girl the whole time. He will be sitting there the whole time plotting on your fall, trying to make little innuendos to your girl, trying to send her little follow requests, sliding up in her DMs, liking their story, hoping that y'all feel. Some months go by, you don't say nothing about it, you don't care about it. They want to know your thoughts on her. Like, oh, she a hoe. It don't matter, bro. Whatever. She a groupie. She for the streets. It don't matter. So he can go slide and shoot his shot. I know the game, man. I know how this stuff goes. That's why I said I ain't dumb. That's why I said when Buddy had asked me, it was months after. Months after we said anything about it. I said, why are you asking this like 4 months after the fact? Cause like this is random. Watching. Peter gazing. Told you it exists. It exists. Like, why would you ask that? That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you even ask that, bro? That's crazy. That's why I say I don't even waste my time. I'm just like, you know what, bro? I said, when I see people that have those type of traits, I'm not dealing with you. I don't got time for that. Because, like I said, I know envy when I see one. That's why when I'm with somebody, a lot of people don't even know. I don't always post it on social media. You know, some of the homies and some of the people that I'm close with knows. But I said when it comes to like YouTube, I wouldn't show y'all. I wouldn't tell y'all. And then on top of it, I'm just like a lot of people that I'm around, I still wouldn't tell. As I said, I know how dudes be. That's why I said, like, no, you women, especially you black women, y'all right. These dudes is weird, man. They some niggas. And they really act like it. They be Peter Graves and every man they see, boy, they can't stand you having a fine queen. You think I'm gonna walk around here with my fine Nubian princess if she is Nubian princess? You think I'm walking around here like that with like parade her like she's so sweet and dandy, and you think a nigga gonna respect my territory? Absolutely not. They gonna be looking and plotting. Some of y'all just too fine to let for Negroes to just respect y'all boundaries. They've been trying to get at you for years. You think they gonna respect me when I come in the picture? That's why I said it's one thing to, you know, somebody not like you, but I'm like, bro, imagine like losing your girl to somebody like me. Man, that's terrible. Oh man, I'm a terrible guy. Like, bro, imagine y'all break up, she don't like you, but she find a real man like me, and I make her happy. I wine and dine her, feed her the ice cream that she wants, take her on dates in the movies, pay for the meals. Oh, you gonna hate us both. You gonna stand there staring here, looking out my window. Every day I wanna pick up the phone. She's busy, buddy. Click. Like, yeah, yeah. When you answer this phone, you gotta talk to me now. Like, can I help you? Yeah. She said, it's like this. You'll be watching the internet. Cat's trying to block me in the chat. I do not be showing out. I just be showing. I show up to live stream. I'll show up just for y'all. I don't got time to show out on this internet, bro. Honestly. Mm. Well, that's why I said I'm like, bro, that stuff is real, and that's why I said that's the reason I was so mad. I even told a girl because we had talked recently, and I told her she was like, "Why would he think it?" I was like, she said, "I," because she didn't know the whole time. She was like, "Why did he do it?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "Envy," and she was like, "That was kind of weird." I said, "I know, right?" She said, "But I was with you, so why?" I said, "It don't matter if you with me. They know you're with me. Just because they see a boundary does not mean they're not gonna cross it. They know you taking. They still do it anyways. They don't care." And I told her, I said, I don't even know what made me more mad. The fact that he saw me with you and he was envious, or the fact that he thought he was actually gonna pull her, because she don't go for just everybody, you know what I'm saying? I seem to have that type of charm. They like me. And the ones that don't like nobody, they like me. But I'm like, she definitely don't go for anybody. I'm like, you thought you was really gonna pull her. But I said I was so mad because of the envy. I'm just like, somebody you call friend, dude. That's what really got me. I said, bro, somebody I call friend, dog. Somebody that I was close with and cool with. And they do that in front of your face. I'm like, oh my God. Be careful who you call friend. Guess what happened when I got angry, when I got livid about it, he found out, yeah, he didn't want to say nothing to me. That's why I said, see, people don't want to come to you. They don't want to say nothing. I've had people like it before. They go do stuff and they find out that you found out and you upset about it. They never come approach you one on one because they know. They go to everybody else. Well, I don't know what happened. Like, you know exactly what happened. That's why I said it's that envy. I can't stand it, man. Something about it just makes you so mad because it's like, bro, why are you like that? 4.7 billion women in the world, and you own somebody else's. That is crazy. Like, not even that. Bro, before we could even figure out if we a thing, we couldn't even figure out if we even like each other like that. We sitting here trying to feel the vibe, see what we got going on. You in the process of trying to see if it's something that you want, and you can't even have that. You can't even have a process, dude. And people already trying to get what you got. Bro, that's the stuff that make me live it, bro. That's the stuff that really angers me. Because it's like, you can't have nothing no more, man. I remember Daddy preached that before. He said, man, he said, I noticed people be envious of me and my wife. He said, man, I go take my wife shopping, get her a new dress. Now Negroes coming here with their wife with a new dress. I do something nice for her, and that niggas want to do something nice for her too. Like nice for their wife. He said every time they trying to compete with me, they trying to level up with me. Like they can't stand and just let you have something on your own. You feel me? You get an accomplishment, here comes somebody else want to rub their accomplishment in your face. It's like, dude, can you not celebrate somebody else one time? Tell yours tomorrow. Or when the time is right. We don't need to know your problem or your story. Somebody else is sharing their good news. You weren't even gonna say it until they said something. I know people like that. I told you, man, I had a group here where I told people here where they was like, well, what's some good traits about you? Like everybody wants to get to know you. And I told them I'm a YouTube. I said, well, technically I'm not YouTube, but I said, but I just do YouTube on the side. And I told them about the video, a couple of videos I did, they got thousands of views, you know what I'm saying? And I told them, I said, yeah, I did one the other week. I said, I got about 100,000 views, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh man, that's great. They was like, what's your channel? You know what I'm saying? Everybody was interested in what I was doing. And some dude in there, he tries to do YouTube. And he was envious because, like I said, it's envy. He kept saying, well, I do YouTube too. I do YouTube too. So after we was done with the event, they came. I didn't ask them. They came to me and said, hey, put your YouTube on the TV. We want to see what you talk about. So I played my YouTube on the TV. Somebody had their phone hooked up, so I typed it in. And they was sitting there watching me. And it's like he couldn't stand the fact that people was watching me. So he kept saying, he was like, I got my YouTube too, y'all. He said, put that on the TV. Like, he couldn't even let somebody have their moment, dude. They was talking to me about mine. He was nowhere in the picture. But he sees we doing YouTube, so now he wants to, oh, I do YouTube too. He's like, hey, play mine on TV, play mine. It was like, we just can't let nobody have a moment, dude. Nobody even cared. Nobody asked them, nobody cared. They was asking me, and here comes somebody else. Oh, I do that too. It's like, bro, you can't even let somebody have a moment. It's people like that, bro. Glory hogs, man. It's always one of them type, dude. Can't let nobody have nothing, man. And that's the stuff that angers me. It's just like, bro, why are you always trying to compete? Bring that up on another day. That stuff is just that's atrocious to me, man. Especially people that can't let you have your moment. Remember, Daddy said that too, man. We had people that went. There was a brother that went to our church, and he never really wanted to support a lot of stuff that we was doing. And he said that was when we was growing up at that time, and we was coming up with accomplishments and stuff like that. And the brother never wanted to support us. But every time he wanted something for his kids, now he wanted everybody to support them. So we was gonna go somewhere one day, and so Pops was like, he said, "Nah," he said, "I don't want y'all over there." He said, "If the brother can't support my children when we do something right," he said, I'm not gonna support his. Like, no, you're not just gonna come in here and want us to celebrate yours. You ain't celebrating mine. So my kids been doing good accomplishments. You don't never see no goodness and no credit from them. But now when they kid do something, they want everybody. Now they want to invite everybody to celebrate their. Like, nah. He said, no, we ain't doing that. That envy real, boy. Hold up. Y'all still there? Can you hear me? That's why I said this is gonna be a multiple part series on this envy. It's so big you can't talk about it in just one video. You're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna keep talking about this. Envy been here since the dawn of time, dude. Since the first 4 humans on Earth. And we still dealing with it to this day. I don't even know how many years ago, 6,000, 10,000 years, however many years Cain and Abel was. It was still to this day, we still dealing with it. Generation full of envy, angry people. They can't let you have nothing. Backbiters, two-faced, spineless, haters. Don't think that people don't want nothing bad to happen to you. They want a scandal to come out. Why you think they love that? They love when bad news come out. Why you think these dudes get on there and celebrate somebody's death when they get killed? When the rappers get killed and they get on there smoking on a pack. Taunting they dead ops. Because they ain't even the fact that they even did nothing to them. They just mad because dudes more better than them. They couldn't get their rap numbers up. So now when you did, you ain't got no competition. Now everybody gonna come listen to you. That's what they think. That's why they go do these outrageous public stunts. Because they know people gonna tune into it and watch it. Cloud chasing off a nigga name, man. That's what they do. You got people cloud chasing off our name. Ain't never met us a day in our life. We don't know these niggas. I ain't never met them a day in our life, man. They cloud chasing off our name. Trying to be relevant on the internet, man. Trying to be, they want to be lovers of men. They want people to see them so bad. Doesn't nobody know they existed till they said something about us. Nobody knew they existed till they talked about us. Because they nobodies. Irrelevant. Losers. Niggas. Lowlives. Apes from the jungle. Nobody that cares about them. And they bring us up, and people was like, I thought y'all knew them. Man, how we know a Negro? I ain't never seen you. I don't even know y'all. People know your name, get some weight to it, man. That's why they come over here and do that. And I said it ain't because they trying to enlighten people. They speaking out of envy. There are grown men that is mad that Darby was deeper than them. I'm telling you, bro, that's envy. He dealt with this a lot. They couldn't understand how a man was that deep and that powerful. They couldn't understand it. They hate him, dude. They was trying to copy him, and that's why I don't hit, because you ain't called to do it, because you're doing it out of wrong spirit, man. You're doing it out of envy spirit. So when they tried to preach like him and they tried to reach people like him, it didn't work because they were trying to mimic something that they're not. You can't mimic something like that, man. You're just born with it. That's your gift. And they couldn't understand, and they hated the man because they could never be him. And then these same low-life ape-swinging jungle bunnies come over here mad at me because I got the name. Because I got the Darby name. Like I use that to get out of paying taxes. They want this name so bad. Ain't nothing great about this name. They want this name so bad because they want to be you. And they see how I'm using my channel. I don't even use Darby name in this channel. They mad because you ain't using it for what they want you to use it for. And then that's when they say you got a problem. Now God gonna kill you or do something to you because you ain't doing what they wish they could do. Them jungle bunnies couldn't hold an audience. That's why they even over here watching me, because they are low life. And then they, like I said, don't think because the streets is different, they just slap God on it now. That's all I do is slap Jesus on it and see God gonna do something to you. And I said, every one of you jungle bunnies that talk like that, you're gonna see what God really does. And I was wondering why I was looking left and right, getting blessed every day. I was getting random blessings out of nowhere. Stuff I wasn't even deserving. I don't deserve any of this. And I was still getting it because one of you jungle bunnies can't shut up. That's why I say, as annoying as it is as y'all talk, we still get blessed every time you talk, idiot. Oh. And here's the best part. Ain't no white people, ain't no Mexican doing this. All the white people I had come over here was so respectful. How I got more love from the white man. White women coming over here talking about that. I didn't even know white people watch Darby. And they was coming over here still showing my family love. And some wannabe Hebrew idiot come over here mad about something. You see what I'm saying? Your own kind. It'd be like that. What's up, bro? It's like that. And then they get their feelings hurt when you call them out and talk like that, and Z with nasty. That's kind of harsh. You know, so is you coming over here being a Negro. That's harsh too. I don't care about your feelings. I don't. And that's why I told you, I know now why white people do what they do. I know why now why white people talking like you Negroes, because they know you ain't gonna do nothing about it. You're gonna sit there and talk. Like y'all been talking for generations. Because you ain't got the willpower or money or nothing to do nothing about it. You just gonna sit there and run your mouth. You so desperate, you involve God in it now. You want God to do something to somebody because you can't do nothing about it. People fall for this game. Y'all fall for the dumbest game in the world. Like, bro, that's the oldest trick in the book. You can't beat somebody that grew up in church like me. I know the games, man. I've seen it all. You don't think I know an idiot when I see one? People coming over here, but they said this. I'm like, and guess what God said? Look what God did. He says differently. Oh, man, that's mighty funny. I didn't know that they knew more than God, though. Ain't that funny? I said, no, they just speaking out of envy because they can't be you. As I said, listen to how people talk. They gonna tell them themselves. They envy gonna come out their words. Watch. I think that's even worse. It's like I said, when you try to slap God on your envy, because you got a vendetta, but you trying to put him on it, that's even worse. That's how low you got to be. Makes sense why you live in Mississippi. I know now why. I know now why. That's why I said understand the game. They're not speaking because they care about your soul or because they love you as a person. They trying to warn you. And they trying to really love you. They speaking because they're envious. And whenever a Negro is envious of you, they always want to set you straight. Notice that. They always think they called to correct you. You know, you ever notice that? Not to support, not to lift you up and say, hey, man, you're doing a great job. Hey, man, you're doing good with what you're doing. They always think they called to set you straight. Man, they thought they was called to set Darby straight. Do you know Darby? Some of y'all, the greatest pastor you have ever seen, and they thought they were called to correct him. He couldn't even get out, but they thought they was called to correct Paul, correct Jesus. The greatest people to ever do it, and that's somebody that always think they called to tell you something. That's why I said I don't listen to a knuckle dragger. I never listen to knuckle draggers. I told you I do stuff on purpose. I willingly disobey people on purpose just to show them you ain't got no power. I taunt you and talk about you on purpose because you ain't gonna do nothing about it. You came over here wanting to smoke, man. You get it. Now you won't be mad and say God gonna do like, no, don't bring God in your vendetta. You should have thought about that before you came and running your mouth. Yeah, God don't work like that, idiot. And now you see he don't work like that, so now I'm gonna keep talking about you. It don't work like that, dummy. You think because you can scare the rest of the weak saints and people that's new to this with God says stuff, you think it's gonna scare me? Like, bro, we have had this all happen all life. We've had people pray on our downfall since we was young. You don't think we know the tricks, dude? We've had your type come to Desert Ministries 1,000 times. You don't think we have seen it all? Like, come on, man. It was the average day in Desert Ministries dealing with a Negro like you. Like, come on, dude. So I don't heed no warnings and words from a weirdo. Nigga, you don't know us. I've seen you 1,000 times, boy. You an effeminate man who don't nobody want. His whole life, nobody wanted. You can't get respect nowhere you go. You slap God on yourself to get respect because you know people got a respect and reverence for God, and you trying to hide behind a charade. Boy, please. You ain't fooling nobody with that watered down crap word. That's why I don't hit, because you ain't called to do it. You facading as a man of God. You ain't supposed to be a man of God. You probably supposed to be like a baker or something. You know what I'm saying? An engineer. You probably be good at that. I know now exactly why people come to me. They kept coming to me in my DMs, coming on this channel, in my comments, kept thanking God for Pastor Darby, kept coming over saying that Pastor Darby, the greatest preacher, he changed their life. Because if these type of Negroes are your second option, if he's like your second option of weirdos you have to listen to, I know now why they come over here and say what they say. I wouldn't listen to the word of God from you if you was the last person on earth. Because you don't know what you're talking about. The looniest man of all, Donald Trump, can give me the word of God before you give it to me. I would listen to him before I listen to you. I would trust the word of God from Kai Cenat before I trust you with it, because you sure don't know what you're talking about. I know now why people come over here saying that now about Pastor Darby, because if these are your weirdos that you have to listen to on the daily, I understand now. I understand. As I said, y'all not wrong for doing it. Y'all not wrong for even saying it. Who would listen to the word of God from you? You got Darby that did it better than most people, and the Negro trying to mimic what they see, and you think people are going to listen to you? You just copied and paste what he said. But it don't hit when you say it, because again, you're not called to do it. So of course it's not going to hit when you say it, because you're an idiot. Makes sense. Yeah, that's why I tell everybody, keep watching Darby. Keep watching Darby. Stop listening to these idiots that don't know us. Stop listening to people that's trying to mimic what they see. They not called to do it. That's why I don't hit. Keep watching Darby. I kept wondering why I was getting spammed with that for years. Everybody kept spamming my social media and stuff with that for years, because I'm like, bro, I didn't know people had second options. And then you see the options people got to listen to. I'm like, oh my God, who would ever listen to you? Who would ever listen to you, dude? You look stupid, literally, mentally, literally, spiritually. You look dumb. All outdoors. Who would listen to you? You let your emotions get involved. Like, bro, how in the world you going? As I said, they want you to preach, and then you say something that they don't like, and they can't stand it. Like, well, then, brother, you wouldn't expect me to preach then, because I'm gonna do something to hurt your feelings. You don't like my delivery, you don't like my words, so you definitely gonna like me preaching, because that's exactly how I'm gonna preach, the same way I talk if I ever do, which I won't. But if I did, this is how I would talk. Only a knuckle dragger, right? That's why I said no envy when you see it. Envy mask up as the word of God, like I said, masquerading as an angel of light, don't it? Yeah, they really in church. That's why I'm trying to tell you, bro. They don't think church is the safe spot. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's really in. You got people in there, man, that are some of the worst people you would ever want to know. Do you have any idea? Y'all don't know because y'all ain't really seen a lot of it. Y'all seen some, but y'all ain't seen a lot. But you have any idea how many people came over here on this channel, man, that was envious of me? I don't even know what there is to be envious, dude. I'm not Chris Brown. I'm not famous. So I don't even know what you want. I told people I'm not a celebrity. People really come over and think you famous. I'm not famous. I don't care how many times you see us on YouTube. I don't care if we get 5 million views. I'm not famous, dude. I'm Steve. I'm not Junior. I'm Steve. I'm not Chris Brown. I'm Steve. I'm not Pastor Steve. I'm Steve. That's Steve. Steve. Simply Steve. That's my name. Call me Steve. And they really want to get close to you because they think they're going to get some type of special impartation. Or talking to you is like talking to Pastor Darby or something. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because we're not going to talk about that even if I do see you in real life. We're not talking about that. And they mad because you won't do that. So now something wrong with you. And you don't understand what you got. And see, man, people follow you because of this. Like, how would you know what people follow you over? You don't know that. You don't even know that. And I said, so you mad because I can pull the audience that you can't pull. You mad because I got something that you ain't got. You might flex with it because you want to pay out. I don't. I really don't, bro. You might do that for money. I don't do that for money. I don't use my family name for money, nor will I ever do that. Care about your money, man? Keep it. Some people will do anything for views and recognition because they that low. They really that dumb. I am not one of them. So that's why I said I don't do that. You feel me? It's really like that. That's why I said when people get desperate, they'll do anything. They'll do anything. That's why I say y'all listen to people, man, who don't even got no original content, man. People who ain't got nothing special about themselves. They get on here and talk about everybody all day. Going for your podcast talking about world issues and stuff that people are relevant with. Nobody will watch you. Always spend their whole life and channel talking about somebody that they don't know because they envious. Couldn't reach a crowd like you could because you envious. You full of it. Envy is a silent killer. You better know that. That's why I said like, nah, I ain't tripping on this no more. Because I said I thought like, when you try to do something positive and you try to get around other people and stuff like, no, this still happens. It happens. You be trying to mind your business, man. Just trying to get in a relationship, trying to just do right in life, and people already hating you. Like, bro, what I even do wrong? I ain't even did nothing. I was wondering why dudes was saying that, man. Dude was mad because I'm around girls. You know what I'm saying? They talking about it ain't about looks and it's about being nice and stuff. I'm like, bro, what? Nobody said it was. I'm like, but the fact you said it, I'm like, yep, hit that nerve bit now. You got dudes, man, grown men mad at me for showing my arms, man, because I work out. If it ain't the gayest thing I ever heard in my life, like, dude, what are you looking at that for, freak? That's why I said a homie, the recent homie that was, he ain't no more, but he was one of the recent homies that did that. He was always worried about me and old girl being around each other. Because like I said, they had a thing. I said, I used to think, because he keep messing with me. I said, I used to think he was just mad because I might take you away from him. I think he's mad because you probably going to take me away from him. I said, because I think he want to be around me more than you. Coming off weird with his wires crossed, man, talking about another man all day, man, old fruity stuff. Envious. Man, because me and old girl got a better connection than he got with us. Man, because we ain't tight. Like he want to be tight with her. These be the type of dudes, man. Now they mad at you because you got a girlfriend because you want to spend more time with your girlfriend or your wife or something. They think they come in between. Bro, the nigga envious. Remember I told y'all he said that in other countries people stop hanging with their husbands and stop hanging. He said men stop hanging with their wives and they significant other and they kids to hang with each other. I was like, why would you even compare us to other countries, dude? That ain't even what they do. Bro, that was so Diddy without even saying Diddy. It was like, yo, that sounds like something Diddy would say. See, daddy, in other countries, man, man, other men hang with each other instead of hanging with their wife and significant other, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like something he would say. Something like Marlon Wayans would say. I said, cuz, these are your, like, why would you even say that? I said, well, buddy, I don't know what country you talking about. Maybe somewhere in Australia or Tel Aviv or somewhere where they do. I'm like, we don't do it over here. I don't do that. I find that stuff mad strange, dog. That's why I kept saying, I said, bro, why you want to hang around all men anyways? Like, bro, what you want to hang around me for? Some of the finest women live in San Antonio, and they're going to want to be around you. Want to come over your house. I can't make it up. This is a single man's paradise, boy. You looking for a spouse out here, boy? Please, you find them anywhere. They that gorgeous out here, and Negroes want to hang with you all day. Fishy. That's what I'm saying, cuz. What man do you know? Bruh. Have you ever been mad because one of your homeboys want to hang with his girl more than you? Let me know, because I need to make sure I ain't tripping her. Every time the homie get him a girl or he with his wife, I'm like, hey, bro, handle your business, bro. I'm like, hey, bro, go do your thing. It ain't like I hang around you every day anyways. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what you do with your life. Like, bro, I'll go live life. Buddy is literally mad. He said other men hang with each other and hang with their spouses and stuff. I was like, no, they don't. No, they don't. I don't know not one man that want to be around his friends more than his wife. If that's the case, go marry your homeboy then. That's what it's for. You're gonna be around them more than your girl. It's like, well, then why even be with one at all? Go be with your homeboy. Go be gay somewhere. I mean, obviously. You act like you won't be that already anyway. That's why I said you envious of somebody's relationship. Like, bro, that is mad gay. It's like so weird. Just envy, man. I can't stand that stuff. Cause it's like, bro, I told you, I don't want no smoke with nobody. I don't want no smoke with anything. I'm like, bro, I just be trying to live life. It's the ones that try to live life are the ones that get messed with the most. I'm telling you. They mess with us the most, man. Just cause they mad over whatever. They're like, what are you mad at? Oh my gosh, man. It's like one of them type. I know why these girls be saying this stuff now, man. Oh my God, man. You women are right, dude. I know why y'all be saying this stuff, but that's scary. They gotta be scary to be a woman, man. Be around a nigga that if he can't have you, nobody can. Like, bro, he gonna kill both of y'all. That is crazy. That's why I told y'all women, man, make sure y'all have accountability, man. Make sure y'all have like some publicity somewhere, some secret recordings. You know what I'm saying? Like have your concealed carry or whatever weapon you got. Do background checks on Negroes, man. Talk to his ex, talk to the people he was with to know how he is. But these dudes are crazy. They really that envious, man. He ain't ready to move on from you. Because again, he ain't done, y'all ain't done till he say y'all done. You go get another man tomorrow, man, he won't kill you. It's like, bro, that is crazy. Envy. If he can't have you, nobody can. Envious. And that really be like that too, man. That's why I said you women ain't never not lied. Y'all ain't never not lied, boy. Starting to see everything what y'all saying, man. Cause I got to deal with envious Negroes too. Envious men now coming over and messing with me. That's why I said, like, boy, I'll rue today. And I try to talk to some woman and some secret Negro come out the background. She done severed all ties with whoever she was with in the past, and some random ex-boyfriend or somebody want to show up, boy, you ain't gonna leave. I promise you, you ain't gonna leave. Don't come over and throw threats. Like, boy, yeah, it ain't gonna be the last day you ever talk. Promise you that. Don't be living out of fear trying to be with somebody, man. Like, please. That's why I said people gonna mess around and find out. Everybody don't care because you envious. They will put you down, cuz people will really hurt you out here. I saw that video with this dude in Ohio, man. He wouldn't leave his ex-girlfriend alone. Showed up to her door, to her family's door. And they said, what you want? He said, I just want to talk to you. They was like, no, leave. She don't want to talk to you. But he was so envious that she was with somebody else. He couldn't stand the fact she didn't want no more. He trying to break down their front door. With her daddy and her mom and them in her. He's trying to break down their door. They like, bruh, stop. Go home. Stop, 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 stop. He's still trying to break down the door. Her daddy took out a gun and shot dude through the door. Shot him. Killed him right there on the front line. All because he couldn't just walk away. See, he done lost his life, man. Oh, we're being envious. Silent killer. As I said, everybody don't care who you is or what you got. They don't care about your envy. They will kill you. And that's why I said, I'm like, stuff like that happens. It is crazy, but I'm like, sometimes it's hard to feel sorry for people like that. Like, I don't really feel sorry for you. Because, like, what was your goal to do with her anyway? What was you going to do when you get in the house? What are you going to do? I get it, man. Relationships suck when they end. You know what I'm saying? It feel like your word is over. You get your heart broke. It does hurt. I ain't gonna lie, it hurts, man. You be upset about it. It ain't worth losing your life over. It ain't. You give yourself time, you will get over them. There was people I thought I'd never get over. Man, I don't even care about them no more. I don't even remember them. Because guess what's the beauty about it? You get to go find something else that's yours. A brand new woman that look better, that treats you better, that cares about you. You can build new memories with them. And you learn from your past mistakes. And whatever you did with that person that was an error, you make sure you don't do it with this new person. It takes time, but you get over it. It ain't worth killing nobody and losing your life over, man. It ain't never that deep. And that's why I've been so big on dealing with your life. Because when you don't deal with your life, this is what you do. It could cost you your life. People spend their whole life being envious and negative, man. I told you that everything that you do mentally, man, affects your body. It does. You spend your whole life bitter and hating people, and that's why people get older, man. They start having heart attacks, dude. They start being always sick and don't even know why they sick, dude. I knew a girl, man, she was sick every day. Didn't even know why she was sick. Just was always sick because she was the most negative person you want to be around. She was so daggone negative. And she worked at the hospital. You would think she would know this. I said, girl, you mentally sick. It's making you literally sick, dude. Because you always mad. You always angry and envious over people over stuff. Like, it's like that. You're doing it to yourself. That's why I said people be hurting and killing themselves and don't even know it. Or probably just don't even care enough. Because you know people don't care no more. It can be dangerous, boy. I'm trying to tell you. You don't deal with it, it can cost you. I mean, dudes are sitting in prison right now, man, costing their freedom because they couldn't just walk away. They couldn't just leave dude alone with his brand new expensive shoes, his brand new expensive car. They had a jack, you know, they had to jack the dude, killed him, or got an assault charge, and now they sitting in a box for the rest of their life, for many years. Look what envy got them. Y'all remember Young Dolph, right? Young Dolph got killed in Memphis. Everybody loved Young Dolph though, because he did a lot for the community. He did a lot for his people. Don't even know they just caused the war, dude. How many people got killed over there, dude? And they really killed Dolph because again, Memphis is a place where you can't flash. People won't kill you anyways because you got more money than them. They killed homie. Didn't know the awful repercussions that was gonna come. Like, yo, they slid for dude. People dropping left and right, man. It was so many bodies up there dropping. We was gonna go over it for the we was gonna go to a Memphis Grizzlies game around that time. And we was gonna go see the Dolph Memorial because it was right over there. And that's when everybody was dropping like flies. We didn't even go, bro. I was like, hey, don't go over. We in the middle of a war zone. And because they was envious because dude got some money, because he made it out and they couldn't make it out and they killed the guy, it cost a lot of people their life. Some of them, they freedom, and some of them, it cost them their life too. You see what you do when you go out and envy, dude? It was so bad they had to issue a curfew, man, on the whole city, because the whole city was a powder keg, man. You killed somebody that was very lovable. Everybody loved off. You don't think people gonna spill blood for dude? You don't think that? Look what you did. And now many people are not here today because of your action, because of what you did. See how envy can start a war? You see that? Swear, it's like that. It's like that, bro. I was just watching. Y'all remember that movie Troy? I was just watching Troy yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? You know the Troy movie with Brad Pitt back in like '04 or whatever, '05 when it came out. And yeah, everybody knows the story of Achilles. You know what I'm saying? But the whole war started because some dude was envious of another dude's wife, stole his wife. This dude and this girl was responsible for a whole war. I couldn't even blame the guy that was mad at the guy because he's like, bro, you stole my wife. I'm gonna kill you. He's like, I'm gonna kill her and I'm gonna kill you. He had every right to feel that way. And dude was like, no, I love her though. She mine. She mine. He done started a whole war, slaughtered thousands, destroyed a whole city because they foolish actions, because he envious of somebody else's wife. That's how fast stuff starts. How many dudes got killed over some girl? Just because he couldn't let her be with somebody else, he go kill both of them. I kill dude. He's like two male lions fighting over a lioness, dude. Dying over senseless stuff. I don't even think it's the fact that the dudes even want the girl that bad. It's just they ego. You know, men got a big ego problem. They came back down. They not gonna let somebody else make them feel like a punk, so they go do something crazy. And they kill each other. The whole thing started over a girl. Like a lot of wars start over a woman. And like I said, it's not just a woman fault. Like I said, 'cause some of them do be playing that. But I said, but like, no, it's just when you don't control your actions, look what you do. It ain't never that serious, dude. All these women and you want somebody else's wife. And you think they ain't gonna come and smoke you? Like, are you stupid? Crazy. That's why I said, I'm like, no, I don't feel no sympathy for you. I don't feel no sympathy for you. You mess with somebody's wife and they come and smoke you. I don't feel sorry for you at all. Not one bit. I told you the girl to go mess with some dude at the job knowing that he married, his wife show up and claw her face off. I don't feel sorry for you at all. That's what you get. That is exactly what you get. You better be glad that's all she did. Violating the sanctity and the sacredism of somebody's marriage. I'm like, boy, I don't think that's nothing to be played with. Not just your girlfriend or your boyfriend, but your real significant other, dude. Y'all won, and somebody violates y'all marriage. That's home. You wouldn't be real if you didn't fight. What type of man wouldn't fight for his wife? An envious Negro come around try to mess with his wife behind his back, and his wife tell him, and he's just sitting there, hey, boy, you know how he gets. Like, bro, would you respect him? I rule the day. God forbid my woman ever come tell me that one of my homeboys tried to do something. That's the day Buddy's gonna get it. Good. You think I'm gonna sit by? Well, he's the homie. Who cares be the homie, man? That's my wife. My wife over all you Negroes, except Christ. My wife over all y'all. That's the same way Daddy was, man. His wife was over everybody except Christ. He'd do something to you over his woman. It don't matter what you think. He'd do something to you. For you soft idiots that don't like people delivery, yeah, well, I can already tell your wife ain't protected. I can tell your woman gonna be a miserable woman. Somebody gonna slap her butt in front of you, and you gonna sit there and look and not say nothing and do nothing. What a weak man. Would you want your man to let that slide? Would you want your man to let that slide, or would you want him to fight with you? You best believe I'm fighting, bro. Like I said, some of the women I was with before, they had to stop me because I was ready to fight people over disrespecting them or what I perceived as disrespect. You staring too long, staring like you got a problem, that's disrespectful, homie. What you looking at? You see her with me, right? What you looking at? What you staring at? Why your eyes go down like that? What you looking at? I don't play that. I'm protective because I know envious people when I see them. Hold on. Hang on, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. What does it mean if a man did that to his wife? Does it mean he not love her or is he jealous? What do you mean? Like a jealous husband is deadly to his wife? No. I'm saying there's a difference. There's a difference between, like I said, being jealous and being possessive. It's not even that you jealous. It's just being protective. Like I said, there's jealousy comes off like, you know what I'm saying? It's the root of envy. You know what I'm saying? That's what envy is. I said being protective over your woman, that's being cautious. As I said, some dudes are doing it in a jealous way, which is why they beat their woman down. They do stuff like that to their woman because again, they're psychologically messed up. You know what I'm saying? But as a man like me, see, I don't do that because I'm a man. I don't do that. I protect my woman to make sure, like, okay, if she's going outside, I'll walk her to a car. She going to the store, you ain't going by yourself. Because I'm like, I don't want no nigga over messing with you. Even though I know you loyal, I'm not worried about you acting like you single. But I know it don't matter if you taken. Negroes are still going to try. Again, they don't care. They could, bro. I've seen Negroes look you dead in your face, know that you with somebody, and they will wait till you not around. They will wait till your dude ain't around or something so they can go shoot their shot. The women do the same thing. I've seen it happen multiple times. I'm telling you. I said I know why some of these dudes are a little leery. That's why some of them would be leery when, like I said, me and my female friends, we've been friends for years, strictly friends. And so they would be kind of like skeptical or thinking something, you know what I'm saying? Because again, like any dude that be around your girl, they think that until they realize like I ain't like it. They don't like no dudes around their girl. But because I'm not like that, I'm like one of the only dudes that they okay with. That's why I said they be having a fit if she's around any dude that ain't him. But the minute they say I'm with Steven, he's cool. He's all okay. Tell myself what's up. Because they know Steve ain't like that. Never try to take advantage of him. Never will. Make sure everybody get home safe. Make sure they're protected if we go somewhere. I'm like that. So they feel comfortable knowing that I won't violate the sanctity of their relationship. A jealous man that's controlling and possessive, that's different. But if we're being protective over what's ours and our woman, then she knows that he's doing it because he loves me, not because we're trying to control her, but we just know how people are and how they operate. We don't want nobody causing her harm. We don't want nobody in her face. Because if somebody disrespects her on our watch, that makes us feel like we dropped the ball. And if women don't feel respected or taken care of, they're gonna go where they feel respected and taken care of. So they probably not gonna stay with us. If they telling you, hey man, some guy is harassing me, or one of your homeboys is trying to holler at me, or he makes me feel uncomfortable, and if you keep blowing it off, she's not gonna respect you. So when she finds another guy that treats her right, which is probably her work husband or some other dude that you don't know about, I said that's when she goes with him. Because if a woman does not feel respected, she goes where she's respected. Whether that's with you or somebody else that's gonna do the job. That's why I said whenever you don't do the job, somebody gonna find somebody that will do the job. Hold on. Mean that the husband has hatred to his wife. No, that's different. Again, you shouldn't be hating your wife. That's why I'm saying, like some of them, when you operate out of possessiveness and hate, that's totally different. That's not being protected. That's just being a jerk. You know what I'm saying? You could tell the difference. Like I said, if he's petty, like we know some people that's like that, oh big back patty whack, all type of give a dog a bone type people. Like we know people that's like that. So when they acting like how he be acting, no, he ain't it. If he acts how I act, well, I'm just like, well, no, I don't feel comfortable with you going places by yourself because I know how people are. I don't feel comfortable with you not walking around with without a firearm because I know how people are. I don't want you being outside by yourself at night. I don't want dudes in your face, not because I don't trust you, but because I know how they are. Again, I've seen women do the same thing to each other. Women will wait for your girl to leave so they can be all up in your face. It happens all the time, bro. I've been a victim of this several times. I told you, a lot of women like taking guys. The difference is dudes don't really talk about our girl to other dudes. Some of y'all women will kind of talk about your man to other women, which is the dumbest thing you could do. I don't even know why y'all would do that. And then they be surprised when they break up and they find out that their homegirl is with their with their ex. And I'm like, because you told her everything about dude. How do you not know this? You told her how good in bed he was. You told her how good of a man he is. She was waiting for y'all to break up so she can be with him. And then she's like, I thought she was my friend. Yeah, they all do that. They all say that. Why would you tell your friend about your relationship? That's just stuff you don't need to know. I mean, for crying out loud, man, the girl was getting online posting, talking about my man just letting me out. She said that. My man has the best good stuff, y'all. He just turned me inside out. I'm like, your friends are watching that. They watching it, and when you break up, they're gonna want him to turn them inside out too. Happens every time. Why would you tell the world that? I was like, bro, you can't be dumber than you dumb. Like, why would you say that? See, TMI, TMI. If we told if a man told his homeboys that, he's like, yeah, man, you know how she do that thing, man. You know how she do it. Do you not think they gonna wait for y'all to break up so they can go holler at her? Men know that's why they be quiet. They don't say nothing because they're like, nah, I don't want nobody out. Nah, I don't want nah. Because why do they need to know that? Because then when his girl come around, he already know that dude's gonna be fantasizing about that, trying to get around his girl. And then he gonna know dudes asking, y'all cool? What's up with y'all, man? Oh, y'all broke up? They gonna act like they care. Oh, man, that's terrible, bro. What happened? Y'all broke up? Oh, man, that's so terrible. In the back of his mind, he's happy because that's where he want to slide and make his turn. I know the game. There's a lot you cannot bamboozle me on, bro. I'm not stupid. I know the game, dude. Come on, man. Everybody's not as dumb as you think they are. Come on, dude. So that's why a lot of men are like that with their women, man, because again, they know how people are. He knows how he sees you. He knows you ain't no ugly woman walking. You a beautiful specimen, which is what he likes in you. He sees the treasures and the values in you. So he knows if he sees it, another man sees it. So if another man is seeing what we see, we don't want everybody being all up in y'all face, messing with y'all. We want to make sure that y'all protected and y'all taken care of. We want to make sure that y'all ours. Because again, if a woman does not feel respected in a relationship, she's gonna go where she feels respected. I'm not saying you necessarily have to fist fight people for her, like she ain't start nothing. But if somebody does disrespect her and you don't call them out on it and you let it slide, just like she's not gonna respect you, and she's gonna hold that against you, even if she stay with you for a minute. She's gonna hold that in the back of her mind. It's gonna come out in an argument, and then when she's done, she already got a reason to clock out. And once a woman clocks out mentally, you can't reach them. You cannot reach them. So that's why I tell people, do your part and do your job. You don't have to tell me as a man to do my job for my woman, bro. I know what to do. That's why I'm protective. Because if I let somebody disrespect her with their eyes and she sees that and I don't say nothing, she's gonna feel like, man, he don't protect me. She ain't gonna feel protected. She's not. Women look for security. If they don't feel secure with the man that they with, they don't want to be with him. That's why when we go places or when we in public, I make sure if we walking around some dudes or across from a man, I make sure I stand like I said. She's on my side. She's over here. I stand right there where can't nobody see her. We walk past, like I said, I kind of fall a little bit behind to make sure if they gonna try to look at their butt, I'm standing right there. I'm covering my woman, dude. What's up, Mike? I'm covering my woman. I know what dudes do. I know what they be looking at. You know. That's why I say you ain't gotta tell me to do my job. I do my job because I'm a man. I know. That's why I said like they know that too. Because remember they kept saying they said, nah, they only look at women because they dress that way. That is extremely not true. I've seen girls that ain't got none of that on them, and dudes are still looking at them like, what are you X-raying them? Are you that thirsty? Are you that thirsty? Like I said, Stevie love a woman that got some meat on their body. They got some meat. They ain't no stick figures. You know what I'm saying? So of course people are looking. So of course I'm gonna make sure like, nah, you ain't gonna be looking for long. Let me stand right there. Slide to the left, slide to the right. That's what we doing. And I'm just like that. Because if I don't do my job as a man, I let everybody visualize my woman that way, and she sees that, she feels very uncomfortable. That's why I said I feel like I dropped the ball that night when I went somewhere with old girl and I had to come around the homeboys. And homie was sitting there staring at her, looking at her. I didn't even pay attention to it. And again, she ain't no stick figure woman. So you already know what he looking at. You already know what they staring at. And then it makes you feel like, dang, man, like I feel like I dropped the ball. Like, man, you violated somebody I like. And I said, as men, we are natural born protectors. We want to protect ours, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got angry because I'm just like, bro, you violating somebody else's stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm very protective over me and mine, bro. I'm really like that. Yeah, they do. That's why I said, no matter what you were. That's why I told you we're not changing the narrative because they trying to change the narrative now. They was like, well, like I said, not that women are dressing sluttish or skimpy, but they was laying hands. But they trying to say like because a woman has a body, they trying to say like, oh well, you got to train them how to kind of like they want them to wear like overlap potato sacks or something. Like no, 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 no. Well, just because they said because a lot of the guys can't control themselves. I'm like no, 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 no. No, we are not changing the narrative because you got a bunch of thirsty niggas that can't control they temper and they lust. Like absolutely not. And women, and a lot of women was like, "Oh, how about you control your sons to teach them that that's not how you treat women. That's not how you look at them like that." They trying to stop girls from wearing like dresses and skirts just because they know little niggas are perverted. Well, it's gonna tempt him. I said, bro, that's the same thing they say when somebody take advantage of somebody. Well, if she wasn't looking like it, I'm like, bro, you see what I'm saying? Deal with everything but the problem, though, right? You see what I'm saying? No matter how somebody look, you do not get permission to go up and touch them like that. You do not get permission to do that. You can't change the narrative. As I said, man, people they not have they have a plastic surgery to go get noticed. Some people just born with natural born breasts. Like they born with hips. Women not born with butts. They born with stuff like that. How are they supposed to change the narrative because they got that? Are they supposed to wear a garbage bag or something? Like they can't control what they got? Why don't you stop being weird? How about that? And like I said, that's what attracts them. Man, ain't nothing wrong with being attracted to the opposite sex, but I'm just like, bro, you can't you can't change the narrative because you got a problem. That's what they because you got a problem. Well then, brother, don't step outside then. How about you stay in the house? Why don't you look at the word? Go read the Bible. How about that? If you got a problem, go look at the word. Stop trying to change the narrative because you got an issue. Gonna change society now. Oh no, we should dress differently. No, 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 no. Why to be mad at some of these teachers? Because the teachers are coming in. Because again, some of them have natural born rumps. How you supposed to help it? They be like, well, that outfit ain't appropriate. I said, even if she wore an extra, extra large dress, you would still be able to tell she got it. You would always be able to tell more she got it. Because it's gonna stand out. Like, bro, you can't slim it down like that, bro. Some people are just built like that. So you telling them to go get plastic surgery reduction? Like you telling them they all got to go get surgery to get rid of what they got, what the good Lord gave them? Like how are they supposed to help that? I said no. Like you niggas are just weird, and they just be mad because, like I said, those type of women don't get go for them. They ain't never had one of them types, so that's why they want to change the narrative. Like that stuff is stupid, man. That's why I said every man in here knows right now. A man, woman is his trophy. She's a reflection of you. That's why, as it says, the Bible says, beauty is a gift. It's true. Every man want that tap from the uncle. Like, hey, nephew, I see you. You got that, I see you, nephew. You got you a good one. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's not only that it makes us look good, but having something beautiful, something that we consider that's nice to us, that's a trophy. That's like, hey man, this is mine. That's why I said I ain't never been married. Not yet. But I said, but I know it's a good feeling because, like I said, when I'm with somebody, when we in an exclusive like relationship, it feels good to be like, this is somebody that's mine. So I know when it comes to a wife, I know exactly what it's gonna feel like. It's gonna be like, oh, bro, this is mine for life. Like this is strictly mine. You know what I'm saying? So I know when a man is married, I said, I know that's got to be one of the best feelings in the world. Like, bro, I got me my little prized possession. Here's my baby. You know what I'm saying? So why would you let somebody violate the vicinity of your marriage. Why would you let somebody disrespect your wife and look at her like they interested when she's already taken? You know what I'm saying? Hold up. You can't, man. That's why I said like people don't understand that. That's why I said like every man want him his own. With some, I want me my own beautiful woman. You ain't gotta tell me otherwise. You think I'm gonna let somebody undress them with they ass? Absolutely not. And that's why I said even with saying that, some people again, as good as they look and as special as the bond that y'all got, some people are envious of that. They want that because they can't have it. That's why I said be very leery of the guy that you were around that can't get girls. He looking at yours, not lying to you. I had to figure that out the hard way. Even if you ain't even around them, like I said, people are eyeing you. You can't stop them from watching. And that's why I said they give off funny characteristics, they give off funny traits, and when you start noticing the easiest thing in the world, it's like getting a piece of candy. And for women, getting men is an easy thing too. It's definitely easier for them than it is for us. So when you can't get one, I'm just like, you start to really like, oh, something up with them. That's why I said beware of them coming around you and your woman. When they always got questions about you and your woman, beware of them. Again, they always want to know how you're doing, or what y'all on, or you know what I'm saying, you hanging with such and such, or where they at? They want to know where they at. Be very leery. Because damn, they trying to form an attachment to what you get. That's why I sound like, what you worry about where they at for? What does it matter? Like, what you don't know them? I don't barely know them. But what you want to know? Now they say stuff like, "Oh man, I thought I would seen you with your girl, man. You know, I thought y'all would have been here together." Like, why you care? Why do you care? Weird stuff. That's why I said when I'm with somebody, I'm talking to somebody, I don't tell everybody. Because again, it's not just the jealous women you gotta worry about; it's the jealous dudes. They gotta worry about that too, and they do this stuff just as well. Envy. I told you, people can't let you have a simple relationship. Can't let you have no money. Can't let you have status. Can't let you have a channel. Can't let you have just what God gave you. People envious of the God given gift that He gave you. So like you asked to come to this earth like this. Like you asked to be a musician or a preacher or a cook or an artist or something. It's like, bro, that's what He gifted you with. So why are you mad at me because of what God gave me? Why don't you go figure out what He gave you? Maybe you really of your father the devil because you might not have no special talents that He gave you. You show love, envy, and divination. That's shows of your father the devil. Maybe that's your real daddy. Because if you mad at what we doing when God gave it to us, I'm just like, well, brother, I don't know what to tell you. Our sister or whoever, Slee, Slaw, Zer, I don't know what to tell you. Be mad at us. Stuff is crazy. That's why I said envy. Envy is. I never did understand the relationships, man. When people was envy about that. I'm just like, bro, why don't you go get your own stuff? I said, what you think the incel nation is, dude? Envy. They cannot get laid. They can't get girls. Don't a girl ever want to touch them or be on top of them. So that's why they go talking them talking points they talk because don't nobody want them. That's why they want to talk about fornication is wrong. They want to talk about saving themselves to marriage because they don't have a choice. They couldn't if they wanted to. Don't nobody want them. Nobody like them. So that's why they talking like that. They do not care about the word of God, man. Stop letting people bamboozle y'all with this with talking about Christ and Christian. Like, they don't care about Christ or Christian stuff. When you ain't got a better option, that's the stuff that you do. So when you don't got nothing, you envious. Why you think they run around here spending their time mad at women, mad at dudes, black dudes, they mad at everybody now because again, they can't get anything. So that's why they talking about us. As if we was the problem, as if something wrong with us. Yes, sir. Yeah, you too, bro. What's that? Just talk about stuff, man. Life, whatever. Just we walking around here just talking. That's it. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, over this area. You too, bro. Yeah, so that's why I was saying, I was like, you see, the envy of people, man, this is how they are. This is how they be. And they can't stand somebody just having something. They can't stand you having a relationship because they can't get a relationship. They can't get women. They can't pull people. That's why you want to be an incel. That's why you want to talk about dudes and black women and everything. Because again, you can't pull them. That's why they the first ones to criticize women, talk about their butts and talk about their breasts out, because you don't get to get a peek or a touch. So of course you're gonna say that. You can't get it. It's always easier to diss somebody and deny it when you can't have it. You don't have a problem in that area, dude. You looking at women online all day because you can't get a woman in real life. You already live in a fantasy world, so you might not really see it that way. hmm Yeah, I think they said they teach a lot of women like Krav McGraw. I think they said some of the best self defense, especially women. As I said, I'm just like, bro, understand the envy. That's what that whole show, you, on Netflix was based off of, the one that all the girls going crazy for. Those stupid Jeffrey Dahmer type shows. It's pretty much based off envy, man. Nigga sitting there staring at you, watching you, can't stand you being with nobody else, now they won't kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just people really be like that. That's why I said envy, boy. That's a silent killer. You gotta think. If you see people like that around you, get away from them. Get away from them. Do not ever tell your marriage to people. I'm telling you, man, if they are not your local ordained people, or if they are not like somebody you can really trust, I still wouldn't really tell a lot of people. But I said, don't tell your information to just anybody, man. I'm telling you. Don't be bamboozled because people go to church. Some people are just stone cold meddlers, dude. Stone cold gossipers. I wouldn't tell a soul. When I go through a breakup, nobody knows. Literally. Not social media. The only person I might talk to about it, because me and mama are friends. Like, me and mama are like real close. So me and mama might talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes me and Jones might say a little something. You feel me? But I'm like, other than that, I don't talk to nobody about it. The only people that know about it is me and her, and then whoever she would tell, because I don't tell everybody. Social media don't know. My friends don't know. Nobody knows, because I don't want everybody knowing my business. Even when we happy together, I don't tell everybody because everybody don't need to know that. There are some things that are just confidential. That's just between us. Everybody don't need to know that. Some people, man, just be too serious. Just telling everybody stuff, man, and they letting everybody know their information. Keep it personal and private, man. Tell somebody that you do trust. You tell everybody your information. What time is it? Let me see. It's only 7:50. That's early. Hey, I'm thinking it's like 10 o'clock. It's early, dude. Stuff is real, man. That's why I said be careful of the enemy. I'm telling you for real, man, because I'm like, bro, this stuff is dangerous, man. As the days wind down, man, like, people are getting more dangerous, man. That's why I tell you, I said, bro, this is why it feels good to be somewhere else in a whole nother city, around people that ain't like you, that don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Far away from Negroes, negativity, stuff like it. Because, like I said, it feels good to be positive about this way. Because most people out here are positive. They care about stuff. I don't see any envious people here. That's only like two envious people I've really seen in like the almost 3 years I've been here. Both Negroes. I see mostly positivity out this way, man. It feels good to get out of the city where everybody's envious of you. Everybody envious of everybody. Like I said, man, my friend and her ex boy couldn't just get on. They couldn't just go on about their business, dude. They was both envious over the fact that he was really envious over her. He was the reason that they broke up because he kept messing around. She got tired and said, "I'm done. You're not gonna use me no more. I'm done." Like I said, but I mean, he's cool. But I said, but what he did to her was wrong. I was like, bro, I don't agree with that, cuz he's cool with me, but I'm like, bro, I don't agree with that. What you did. 3 years passed, and he's still trying that. He's still trying to holler at us, trying to follow us, trying to get around us, because he know where we at, she at. You know what I'm saying? He sees us. That's the first thing coming. Like, hey, who you here with? Where y'all at? Where she at? I'm just like, bro, you know why you coming over here? Because you trying to get at her. He'll walk right past her, act like he don't see her, so he can hear him bump into her. Oh, hey, what's up? I see you. Like, this is petty. But he crying, losing his mind, man. You know what I'm saying? And then he be envious of her and her new man. But I'm like, but bro, you was the reason, bro. He was the reason y'all broke up. Like, bro, you cheated. All you had to do was just like stay with her. Why you care now? Because she don't want you. No, it ain't fair. She told me. She said, bro, this man called me. She said, I'm with dude. Said this man called me. Keep in mind, he's supposed to be a gangster. He's supposed to be a gangster. He called her and was like, "Are you with him?" She said, "What?" He was like, "I need to know. Are you with him right now?" And she was like, "He was asleep right next to her." She was like, "Yeah." She said, "Bro, he was crying on the phone." I told her, I said, "Stop playing." No, he wasn't. She was like, "No, he was really like literal tears crying." I said, "Nah." She said, "Bro, he was quiet for a minute crying." I said again, it'd be one thing if you was a Jada Pickett Smith, just doing that to embarrass Will. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it on purpose. I said, "Bro, you literally did it. Cause you the reason y'all broke up. Why are you crying now? Did you not think she felt that way when you messed with somebody else? Now you see how she feel and you want to cry now? Like, no, it don't work like that, homie. It don't work like that. You got your just dessert, cuz like I don't know what to tell you. You did it first. Now she's happy and don't need you. You over there crying. I said you should have been crying when you was messing with the other girl. It don't work like that. And it's not just the first time, our first chance. This is like 5, 6 chances. Now people are done, bro. They done playing with you. Oh my gosh, bro. Are you gonna cry now? Some days we laugh, sometimes we cry, but that's you know now. We took a chance, I took a trip, put it on time. Buddy, laugh now, cry later. He said, "Ooh, bring Drake to the hood. Sit around Drake's. Even though I got a case, I'm gonna do what it takes." You know, he was playing in the car. He's bopping it, but he's in there crying. Like, yep, crying now. That's why I said, buddy, crying. I never get that. I said, "Bro, but you did it though. Don't be envious now. He don't like her new man now. He won't fight." I'm like, "Nah, brother, don't try to fight now. You should have fought for her when you had a chance. Like, don't do it now." Stuff is crazy. Oh man, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on here, y'all. I'm uh, I'm having fun talking to y'all. That's why I said, as much as this topic is big to talk about, I really don't like talking about it, man. Because like I said, envy is just it's a thing I don't like to talk about because it does make you mad. Because just you see how people really are, man, how they really be. I've never really been like that, so I don't really know what's the big hype of just being mad at people, man. Like just wanting somebody else's stuff, man. I think people like Q couples, man. I would never split them up just because I want them. You know what I'm saying? There was women, like I said, that I did like. Like we might have not saying like we necessarily liked each other, but I might have been like, hey, I might like, see what's up. I might go talk to him. But then they go get with somebody. I'm not mad at that person because they went with somebody. That was my fault for dropping the ball. I should have shot my shot early when I had a chance. And they go get with somebody and they happily with them. And I say, I'm happy for them. I'm not mad. I'm not trying to break them up or wait till they break up so I can shoot my shot. It don't work like that. Maybe it's just the way I operate and move. I don't do that. But some people, man, they different. They beyond different. So I don't know, man. I really do not know. Anyways, I don't even think I got nothing else more to say on here, man. My battery's running low, so we're gonna go to Discord tonight in a little bit. So unless y'all let me know who's still here, y'all got something y'all want to add, or something y'all want to talk about, y'all let me know. Because like I said, I'm not gonna be doing these all night streams like that right now, at least for the time being. So y'all let me know what's up with y'all, man. Y'all got something y'all want to add, y'all want to say? Let me know. Speak now, forever, hold your peace. I'll stay if y'all want to talk. So y'all let me know. It's not too bad I heard right now. So 1 second. A little under the weather, I bet, boy. With the weather literally like that, like how y'all doing that stuff? This topic is harder to discuss in the text chat. I guess that's why you talk. Like I said, I like to talk more than like texting. I'm very vocal. Like that's why y'all see me always walking and talking. Like I can't sit still and talk, bro. I have to like walk and talk. That's why I like talking on the phone or in person better than I like texting, man. That texting is playing games. I'm not waiting on 8 hours for your response. I just text you like 0.5 seconds. Why it take you 8 hours? You know what I'm saying? Especially when we got a conflict. People want to break up or they got something they want to talk about. The whole 2 days that went by, we still discussing the first 5 sentences. Like, no. You say what you want now. I'm done with you. That's why I tell people I said no in person. I'll be like, no, meet me in person. Say what you got to say in person. Well, I can't. I'm like, no, well, you either is now or never. I'm gonna block you. I'm like, you're not doing no 2 day, 3 day game with me, fool. That's why one of them girls, they got mad because I wasn't gonna play with them. They want to be like, well, I don't know. I said, I don't do I don't knows. I said that they want to take all day to text and be all mad, want to go post on their story. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and block you. I said, because I don't play them games. I know the game. I know the game. Again, women ain't good at the game. I know the game. And I told her, I said, hey man, look, I'm being patient now. I got my white man named Todd Arlington in there. Like, don't take Todd Arlington for granted. Because real quick, nigga Darby coming out. So I said, look, I'm trying to tell you, talk. Because I'm finna block you. They think I'm playing. Well, I can't talk right now. Just, okay, you ain't got to worry about talking to get blocked. They find a new profile they jump on, or they find you somewhere. I can't believe you blocked me. You're like, well, that's what you get. Told you don't play with me. See, that's why I tell people don't play. I don't do that. You don't do no 3 days with me. You get one chance, you're done, you're blocked. I'm so petty. If I don't like how you look today, I'm like, you know what? Your hair is hideous. I'm blocking you. Oh, we malicious. Nah, I just like, I don't do that. I don't do that. I've never been that petty yet. I've never done that. But I'm just like, bro, I just don't waste my time because I'm just like, this games, man. That's why I said you can be fine as fine China. The games, I don't play. That'd make you ugly to me. I don't play that. Hold on. Exactly. Crazy, man. That's why I said, like, nah, you tell the truth, man. You be straight up. Come correct. I don't come at all, man. I don't be playing that stuff. People always want to come do that, man. Be all games on the phone. Like, no. You say what you feel right now. I don't know what I'm feeling. Like, well, bro, am I supposed to know, dude? Like, I just go play my PlayStation. I'm like, you know what? All right, when you let me know, I'm gonna play Call of Duty real quick. Let me know when you ready to talk. Bro, I had a girl do that, man. That's why I told you people be slow. They always act like, well, I don't know, I don't know, we should do this talking. You know, I don't know, we can be a thing. I'm like, all right, well then, bro, I told him, I said, bro, okay, well then, if you want to let me know, you want to be cool, let me know. Like, oh, whatever. Bro, I was cool as all outdoors. You're so nonchalant. I'm like, what do you want then? Then I'm like, okay, well then, let's be serious then. I don't know if I can do that. I'm like, bro, you are so weird. You don't even know what you want. Think somebody gonna play with you like, girl, I'm not playing no roller coaster with you. That's why I said when I see that, I really don't like you. People wonder why they don't get no text and no phone call from me no more. You wonder why? Okay, that's why. Stuff is not hard, dude. I thought we was gonna talk. Like when on your time, that's what they mean. That's why I said women ain't good at the game. They want to talk on their time. Nope. We talk now, we talk never. I need time to process. No, you don't. Like, no, you don't. You was cool yesterday. What's today? What's the problem? I said, nah, that nigga came back. That's what it was. You want to weigh your options because you're scared. I'm like, okay, well, you can weigh your options for eternity because you don't ever see me again. That's fine. She was like, you couldn't even give me time to process. Nope, sure can't. Maybe next time you'll communicate with somebody. Bro, the thing was, I just seen her like the day before, good. Bro, we literally talked. That was the issue that came up with us. We talked about it. Days went by. We talked about it a couple of times. Days went by. They kept bringing it up because they like, "Watch, want to make sure we're good." I'm like, "Yeah, we're good. It's cool." The next day or the next day and a half, that's when they want to be like, "Well, I got to get something off my chest. I got to tell you how I feel." I'm like, "Bro, you just said in my face." You see what I say when people in your face, they scared to say what they got to say. Then behind closed doors through text, they want to be all indignant and tough. Like, yeah, okay, well, when I was sitting right there across from me, why didn't you say that? Then I said, okay, let's talk about it in person. I don't know if I can do that. I'm like, but you, nigga. So I said, you know what? Games, I'm done. Blocked. I can't believe you blocked me. But you don't want to be with me. You said we're not gonna work, but you still want to follow me. You want me to look at your future stories. You want me to see you. I can never get over you. No, I don't do that. That showed me your maturity level. And I said, and the fact that you sat right across from me multiple times, couldn't tell me what you felt, showed your maturity level too. Yep, it sucks, don't it? The boot fits, right? Hold on. Stuff childish. Yeah, they tough through text because I told you every time I stand in somebody's face, they never say what they got to say. I wonder why that is. You know, when I had to find out that there was an issue through text, or a phone call. Never right there in your face though. I'm like, bro, y'all see me on live stream. I don't really act like that when I'm with somebody. I'm so calm. I'm super cool. Most people don't even think you could be like that. I'm really not like that. So I'm like, the fact that you scared, like, I don't know why you would be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. I was never gonna hurt you. I don't act like that. So I'm like, I don't know why you would think that. You know what I'm saying? I know why. Because like I said, it's not about being tough. It's just people are cowards. They don't want to deal with their issues head on. You gotta get something off your chest. But you was sitting there with if they would have told me in person, like, hey, I think maybe we should take a break. Or, hey, maybe we should stop. I'd be like, okay. Can I know why? And then I tell you why. I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you feel. They would be mad at me because I'm nonchalant. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever you want. People are mad because you won't fight for it. I've had it happen, bro. I'm telling you, you can't win, dude. You can't win. I told you, I knew some girl that did that. Kept making like she couldn't be with me, trying to make up any excuse. She the one that came and want to be all up on you. And now when they all up on you, they get scared because they realize it's real. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, well then look, do whatever you want to. You just don't even care. You're nonchalant, not caring. I don't know what you should do. I'm like, oh my god, bro, you are the worst. Like, and that is why I don't deal with people like that. And then they wonder why you don't call them, text them no more. That's why. You don't even know what you want. Any woman that don't know what they want, I don't like. Y'all are the worst people in the world. A woman that don't know what she wants is just as bad as a dude that don't know what he wants either. That's just as bad. It's not hard, dude. It's not rocket science. How you don't know what you want, nigga? You like 30-something years old. How do you not know that? You spent 3 decades being dumb? Like, for real? How you got 17 and 18-year-olds that want real relationships and want to get married, and a 30-year-old nigga still don't know what they want. Like, oh my God. Dumb if I ain't never seen dumb myself. And then I tell them, well, when you want to let me know, go let me know. And then they want to, well, no, because, I'm like, bro, you can't win. Hold on. I told him, I said, well, look, go figure out what you want. That's fine. Go figure out what you want to do. You just don't even care. I'm like, oh my God, dude. You just can't win, bro. Literally can't win. What is up? I'll stay for a little longer if y'all want me to stay. Now we're on the relationship side of envy. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're talking about. He says, so grab your popcorn because this one might take a while. hey, Mike, it's going to be our new slogan. Grab your popcorn because this one's going to take a while. This one might take a little bit of short refreshment. Hey, bro. This is a long one, guys. This is definitely a long one. Nah, man, that stuff is super annoying, bro. He's childish. That's why I tell you, that's how Daddy was, man. Daddy didn't like it in between the lines talking, beating around the bush. He always said, if I tell you to tell somebody something, he said, tell them how I said it, when I said it, the same way I said it. That's the same way I am. Mama the same way. We all been the same way. Like, be straight up. Don't lie. Tell the truth. If you don't like me no more, just say you don't like me, man. Don't do it over the phone stuff and you did this. That's what they do, deflecting. A lot of girls do that, man. Want to deflect. Well, it's just because you're like, no, it ain't because of nothing I did. You found real love, you and your feelings. Can't choose between me and your ex-boyfriend. It's pissing you off. And then I tell them what their problem is. They sit there and start laughing, and they be like, they be mad because you're right. They be like, I don't know how you know this. Because I'm not stupid, dude. I told her, I was like, girl, dudes know the game. We not stupid. Why you think men are dumb? Like, we don't know. Just because we don't talk don't mean we don't know, man. You women are the worst people at the game. That's why y'all get caught easier, man, because y'all not good at it. Y'all don't know how to lie, man. You don't know how to hide your real emotions because y'all so emotional. Y'all don't know the game. We know the game, dude. Like, y'all not good at it. That's one thing that women good at everything else. Y'all not good at the game. That's one thing I would tell you. Y'all not good at it. Y'all can't out talk us like we stupid. We know the tricks. We know the slant or the not slander, but the sayings and all of that. We know that. Be like that. I'm just like, boy, don't talk to me like I'm stupid. They just want, again, people just want to be relevant because they want like attention. That's why I told you. I said people don't really want you to give them what they want. They really don't want you to give them what they want. Like bro, speaking as a person that knows the game, I've done this. I think we should end. Okay, you win. Whatever. I can't force you. It's not against the law to want to walk away from me. So okay, we're not married, so whatever. They get mad because you let go. How is it just so easy for you? It was hard for me. You just let me walk away. I'm like, bro, you the one I want to walk away. I told you don't walk away. Oh my God. Every TV show you see that. Some girl, I think we should end the dude's like, okay, yeah, whatever. That's all you got to say? It's like, what do you want him to say? It's not gonna change your mind. So what do you want us to say? How you gonna want to be done with somebody and get mad because their response ain't what you want? It's like, so you don't really want to be done. You want to show. Are people that arrogant that they can't stand somebody getting over them? Like, that is so dumb. If I'm over you, why do I care what if you how you respond? If I don't ever gotta see you again, I don't care if you respond. I don't like me. I don't never gotta see you no more. If I'm done for real, who cares? They be like, you're okay and I'm not because you said that's what you want. I can't. I told them don't do it. They still do it. Let them go do it. I can't believe you let me do that. You still responsible for how they feel. That's the thing I would say. I've been on y'all women's side with a lot of stuff, but sometimes when it comes to that, that's the stuff that a lot of men deal with that y'all don't talk about, that y'all don't show. You don't show that. They be blaming people for how they feel. Like, no, 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 no. And that's why they really don't like me, because they come to me. You can't use that excuse on me. I didn't approach you. You came here. So when you want to say, well, you no, 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 you was in my face in my DMs. Yeah, how does that feel to look at your trick that don't work? It works on every other man. It don't work on me. And then I replay back to them what they said, screenshot what they said. Like, no, remember when you, bro, I did that. Whenever they say something about how they just with you and they love you, they never gonna leave, they about to do the biggest, dumbest thing where they gonna leave. Daddy always said it. He said, if anybody ever come and tell you in church that they love your pastor and they ain't gonna leave, they're gonna be the first one at the door. I knew it. I saw that 2 weeks later. That's when they want to walk off. And guess what I did? Screenshot what they said and sent it back to him and said, did you not just say this to me? No matter what happened, bro. No matter what happens, babe, through thick and thin, just know we'll always be okay. I love you. I'm gonna stick with you. Yo, okay. Look what happened. Then I played it back to him. I know I said that, but I'm so sorry. I said, so then why are you making empty promises you don't mean? If a man did this, y'all would be talking about, hey, he's a no good pig, a no good dog. You just did the same thing that you say dudes do to you. You see what I'm saying? I said, yeah, I'm starting to understand why a lot of dudes do you this way and why you get caught out your name a lot. Because look what you do. This is probably your fault why you go through breakups. Because look how you handle stuff. I was like, yeah, it makes sense now why buddy don't like you and why people slander you. Look what you do. I said, oh, what happened to the promise that you made? Yeah, empty promises. Yeah, ain't that funny? That's the homeboy song. I don't mind being a homeboy song, like I said, because again, I ain't all up on you. They all up on me. I know that sounds arrogant. I'm really not lying though, for real. As y'all seen, I have not had a reason to lie on this channel. They came over here doing it. They do it in real life. They do it on social media. They do it everywhere. So I listen. It's like that. It's like that. So you made those promises. Don't take them back now. Don't let me down. Do all the things that you said. That's why I said, like, bro, ain't no broken promises over here. Like, no, don't do that. I said, girl, if you don't get outdoors and go take your photosynthesis and leave me alone, like, go photosynthesis somewhere else. Like, why you worry about what I'm doing? Bro, I've had it happen so many times. That's why I said people just can't shut up and leave you alone. It's like, girl, stop. Just admit that you still have feelings. Just admit that you can't get over me. Like, some girl said that. She said, "You just so arrogant." I said, "But yet you all up on me. You didn't know that when you was in my DM. Though? You didn't know that though. It's mighty funny that you trying to holler at me first though. But I'm arrogant though. Okay, sure. You know why I was arrogant? Because I'm too good for you. That's why. Made you feel love and special a type of way that ain't nobody else made you feel. Now they want. They got to find something. Remember, I told you they got to find something. That's why they look for anything. Oh, it's just I don't feel like we'd be compatible. But you slid up over here talking to me though. But you didn't know that when you came here. Girl? You didn't know that when you came to me. They be like, I didn't know I was gonna fall in love. So you saying that you was here to play? That's pretty much you just told on yourself. See how stupid telling that? You just told on yourself. So you thought this was gonna be something short and casual, and we gonna just bang around. That's what you thought. You done got in love. Oh, look at you. Oh, you scared? Oh, you scared, ain't you? Yep. I tell people, don't play with me. That's not even that I make you. You gonna fall in love. You will fall in love. That's why. Because again, listen, fellas, listen. Whenever they come to you and tell you, "Oh, you're gonna fall in love," just know she's gonna be the one to fall in love. They're already self-deflecting, projecting. They've all said that, and they all left. The ones that fell in love. I said, girl, what you think? I'm a sucker? I'm like, girl, please. I know the game. I said, girl, I don't want you for your nudes. I want you because you're one of the dudes. Like, girl, I love you because you're cool. They realized they were like, you don't ever like take advantage of me. Why would I? I don't understand why I would. Like, what do you want from me? You actually care about me. I was like, don't everybody? They was like, no. I said, who you be talking to? Like, bro, how do I know it's genuine? Because nigga, I'm here talking to you. Why would I be wasting my time with somebody I don't like? Like, how do I know you're for real? Well, then don't talk to me then. If you don't think I'm for real, I'm not gonna prove that 50 times. I'm not doing that. Like, bro, come on, dude. Stuff is so annoying. They're like, you're perfect. You just treat me right. That's all, girl. You shouldn't have said I was gonna fall in love. Look at you. You don't fell in love first. That same trap you thought you were gonna set for me, you don't fell in it. Yeah, look at you. Fell in love, didn't you? It ain't cool and groovy, is it? That's why I said, oh, girl told me. She was just like, I kept wondering why I kept coming to her friends. They was giving me that look. Because they was like, yeah, he the one. And they was like, I didn't know what I was doing it. And they kept saying like, oh, okay, this is him. Okay, how you doing? What's up? I was like, why y'all looking like it? I was like, bro, I was getting like googly eyed and like side eyed. I was like in a good way. I was like, why are you staring at me like it? And then I found out they was just like, yeah, she just won't shut up about you. I was like, oh, really? Really? My friend was like, yeah, she was talking to me about like, she was like, he's different. Like he doesn't ask for sex. He doesn't care. I was like, she said he's just attractive in every way. I said, baby, let me tell you something. I could be a gentleman without getting the draws. I can have it all without the draws. You the one that's taking withdrawals. Yeah, boy. I said, look here, little missy. You're not ready for what you about to get yourself into. Like I said, when I love hard. They done felt what a real man like. Now they want a real man in their life. Yep. I said, man, it feels good to be a gangster. It must be nice. I ain't gotta do nothing. You come over here. Yep, look at you. Now you see why people are mad at me. I don't gotta do nothing. They come to me. As I said, that's really not being arrogant. That's really true. Like it's like it. And that's why I tell people like, nah, I don't think you know what you about to get yourself into. Like, you know how women brag about it, like, I can make you fall. Yeah, they all say that. Until they the ones in your DMs. Can we talk? I feel some type of way about you. It's like, what? I thought you said I was falling in love. Do you like me like that? Because you don't show it. I said, but I thought you said you was gonna make me fall in love. Why are you asking me that? Why are you the one showing your feelings? Yeah. Reverse works. That's why I said I told you. You know what I do now? I let people talk. Yeah, okay, cool. Like I said, I let niggas talk. Yeah, okay, cool. Look what God does. Look what I do. Let women talk. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Show you. I already know. When I look at you, I'm like, I already know exactly what we're gonna be. I already know exactly how this is gonna go. I know the question's coming soon. So, what are you looking for? What do you think this is? What are we? Again, y'all women don't know the game. Dudes know the game. And it's not game isn't like we running on y'all. We playing. It's just like I know how the system works. I know how this stuff works. You know what I'm saying? It's just the law of attraction, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's always the ones that run their mouth the most. I know how they're gonna be because they run their mouth. You only run your mouth because, like I said, you're trying to compensate for something. So I know when I got somebody that just talk, I'm just like, okay, they one of those. Watch. That's like, yeah, I don't fall for anybody. I don't like anybody. Yeah, okay, watch. They like me. That's when they want to. What you doing today? Come somewhere with me, my friends. Like I had a really good time the other night, and yeah, you're just so nice, and I appreciate you. And now they want to stay on the phone. Now they want to fall asleep on the phone. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Like I tell the whole chat, hey, y'all be right back. Somebody calling me. What you want, girl? Can't you see I'm trying to spend quality time with me gentes? Like, that's all, honey. You don't know how the game works. You don't know how it works. That's why I told you. I said, no. You don't reject Steve. Steve rejects you. No. You don't call it off. I call it off. You don't tell me shut up. I tell you shut up. Okay, that's how it works. I think that's what, like I said, I think that's what made me kind of like mad with the last one because I'm just like, you know what? Who do you think you ought to have the audacity to call this off? I'm the one that calls this off. My ego, I ain't gonna lie, my ego did play a big role in it. I said, who do you think you are to just walk away from the Stevester? I said, no. People don't, you don't, like, honey, you don't just walk away from this. Do you know what you're getting here? An all around package? I said, you got the all American deal. Come on, girl. You don't walk away from me. I'm supposed to walk away from you. And the silent sun and look back at you and still say, I love you. That's supposed to be my thing. She gonna reverse my psychology against me. I was just like, I think that's why I was so mad because I was like, no, I do this. That's why I try to say I don't care. I think it's when I was like, hey, I don't care because I couldn't stand the fact that she left me. I was like, no, I did. I was gonna leave you anyways. Yeah, I was gonna give it about a month. That's when like I said, I can't come up with no more jokes. I'm looking around. Your mom, I'm like, your mom is my favorite joke when I lose. Like, well, you know your mom. Like, yeah, your hair is off anyways. You know, so I try to come up with everything. I used to be petty. Like I would find anything that I was mad at, and I'd be like, well, you know what? She did it a couple of months ago. That's kind of what turned me off in the first. Like I don't even like her. Like, nah, you just mad because they left. I said, Steve, just admit it. It's like it's hard. A man ego, it's hard to just admit it. It's like Steve, just admit it. She just didn't want it no more. Y'all just left each other. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, nah, because I ain't really care, man. Because I mean, at first I didn't really have no intentions to date. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of like, well, we just cool. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, let's see what's up. But I'm like, it wasn't like a necessary thing. You know what I'm saying? But as I started getting deeper, like I said, we both got feelings. We started getting deeper, we liked each other. And then it didn't go the way that it was. So again, I was trying to protect my manhood. So I was like, oh, no, I don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, no, it did matter. I mean, it was upset. Like, it's okay to admit it. You know what I'm saying? I kept saying, I said, no, it ain't that, man. It's just, I'm still trying to settle in San Antonio, man. I'm like, nah, bro, you just got hurt. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be upset, Steve. She left. I'm looking at the wall. I don't need you. I never loved you anyways. You know, you wipe your ass. I don't care. Start singing Ghetto Angels. It's like, said, why did you leave? Tell me, baby. Hey, bro. You got a nigga singing Ghetto Angels. I'm surrounded by these ghetto angels. Y'all should have seen Steve Broken Hearted, bro. It's almost like it was a Ray J video or something going on. I was emotional. If I had one wish, I was upset. I'll be right here all the time. I had the jacket open. Girl. Broken Hearted Steve is different from this Steve here, you see. And it's always the next day is always like gray. It's like always gray outside. It's almost like it's a sign. Like, oh, the world hurts because Steve hurts. You know, I'd be dumb. I'd be like, nobody in the world is feeling the same way I do. You know how we all stupid. We get our broke. Everybody in the world is not feeling like how I feel. Like, boy, you ain't special. Go on somewhere. I'm like, Steve, shut up. I be telling myself, shut up. Like, boy, shut up. I was like, I want to pick up the phone. There was so many times I'm like, I should call her. Like, let's just maybe what you know how you trick yourself, right? Like if I just call them and I just, you know, if they hear, because I know I'm a smooth talker, so I'm just like, if I get them to listen, I can get them to listen. And I kept telling myself, and I said, okay, if I just talk to them this time, we can work something out. And I'm like, bro, sometimes people's mind is made up. Like it don't matter how much talking you do. And I was getting more frustrated because I was trying, but it wasn't working. And I was like, dude, you can't. Again, I used to be a control freak, so I kept thinking I had to have control of the situation. That was my problem. And I said, Steve, you can't control people to be with you or not. Like, you can't make people be with you. I said, well, yeah, that's true. I said, okay. I mean, even it's not against the law. It's not wrong for them not to want to be with you. So I had to understand that. But it was hurting me because I was just like, I said, no, I can do this. I can win this. I said, sometimes trying to win hurts you more. You know what I'm saying? I said, just stop. Like, look what you doing. Oh, dang. Yeah, I mean, I was still cool. Like I said, when I was upset, I was still cool. It was just, you know, it's just some songs, man. Some songs will come on. I'm just like some shows will come on. It's always like every time somebody had good news. Like I said, I just broke up with an old girl. I went out, man, to clear my head downtown, and somebody was doing a big old marriage proposal, man. I had a whole audience and everything. And everybody was like, "Oh yeah!" I said, "Screw you guys!" Like, "Screw you!" I put it on my story, but I was like, I was low key salty. I ain't gonna lie, I was low key salty. Speaking of envy, no, I just told myself. Oh man, your boy was kind of envious that day. I can't lie to you. I said, look at these stupid white people sharing that stupid white happiness when I black self can't get anything. Stupid, stupid everybody with their stupid husbands and stupid wives. Oh my gosh, bro. I was salty. I ain't gonna lie. I was like happy. I was happy for everybody. I was salty though, I ain't gonna lie. Because then I posted it. And like I said, me and old girl was still cool at the time, so we still followed each other. So she slid up a comment and she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so sweet." I said, "Stupid girl with your stupid comment, with your stupid breakup, with your bro, I was so salty. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was one time I was kind of like, I'm happy for y'all, but I was like, screw you guys, man. Like y'all just gonna throw it in the nigga face today after he break up. Like, bruh, you can't wait till I leave. You can't even wait. They had a guitar player and everything, man. Had a whole arch made and stuff. Whole crowd of people. Just I was like, no, nothing. You should have did that the day before. Before I broke up. Like, I said, Steve, I be telling myself, Steve, everything's not about you, right? It's not always about you, dude. Like, oh my gosh, bro. But yeah, stuff is crazy, man. That's why I said I don't. That's kind of why I gave that stuff a personal break for a minute. Because sometimes that do kind of mess with you. It can mess with your mental. And then I'm just like, it's just I don't feel like it's worth it, man. Like losing your mind, like, being upset over people that don't like you. You feel me? So I don't know, man. That's why I said I'm gonna kind of put myself out there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. I told you everybody be trying to hook me up. Like, bro, stop, stop. I got the homie that called me today. He was like, "Yeah, man, you going back in town for Christmas, man?" I said, "Yeah, because people here they love you. It's like family here." So I was like, "Yeah, bro, I was gonna see like if you want to come to my people's house, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife gonna have you come over our place because we can invite like a plus one to like they family place." And so he was like, "Yeah," I said, "I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying?" He's all right, that's cool, bro. And so he was like, "Hey," he said, so what's the pool looking like here?" I said, "Man, what you talking about?" He said, "Yeah, you got any pics or whatever? You got any special something?" I was like, "Look, man," I was like, "Look, when it comes, it comes." I was like, "Yeah, we'll see." He said, "Bro, look," he said, "I'm an excellent wingman, bro. I'll let you know what's up." Because him and the dude they compete on who's the best wingman. Because he actually met his wife through that guy. But he claims that he didn't meet her through him. He just like kind of like said what's up through him. It's kind of like he's not. They both are arguing over who's better than wingman. And so they both are like, "Yeah, I got you, bro. Let me know." You know what I'm saying? So I told him, I said, "Look, if I see you something, I'm sure I'll let y'all." I said, "Bro, I'll let y'all know." And so he was like, "Yeah." He said, "Hey, bro." He said, "I got you, man." He said, "I'm a smooth talker, man, so I know." He said, "I got you." You know what I'm saying? I said, "Bro, you know how many people is interested in my love life? I think the day I get with somebody, somebody gonna make a video on it. They're like, who's he with? Who is she?" Like some TMZ or something. I wouldn't put my significant other on the internet. Y'all wouldn't even know about it, bro. That's why y'all didn't know back in like March and May when I was kind of talking to somebody because I ain't want y'all knowing because y'all be nosy. We did have some very jealous people at the time, which I don't care. I mean, I'll do it on purpose just because you jealous. I like making people mad. I don't think people understand your jealousy don't stop nothing. I do it on purpose just because I know you mad. Like whatever you don't like, I do the opposite of. I just do it because it pisses you off. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like I don't want everybody knowing my business because I'm like I don't know if it's all said and done. Like what if we don't work? You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all don't get to know everything. That's why y'all was like, well, yeah, like show us and tell us. I'm like, no, I ain't telling y'all jack, man. I don't know y'all. I don't know y'all like that, man. We still getting to know each other. I don't want y'all talking amongst yourself. She ain't that cute anyways. Cause y'all say that, I'm gonna throw every last one of y'all from the Discord. I'm gonna scrap it. Ain't gonna get something new. Mm. Oh man. Why do y'all watch me? Oh man. But nah, man. But yeah, relationships be like that. Some things I like it, bro. So that's why I said, like, we all been through it. I just don't like the games no more. My time is valuable. Like I said, if you ain't nothing, you're sacred. That's why I said my time is sacred and my stuff that I do is sacred too. I don't like revealing everything. So That's why I tell everybody, I said, look, you know, I try to tell people don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not the most open or the most talkative, or I don't really want to waste my time talking all the time, because I'm like, bro, like time is money, man. Time is sacred. I don't have time to be arguing with you. You know what I'm saying? Like even trying to talk all day, you know? So, like I said, I try to tell one of the former homies, and I try to tell him, man, but like I said, when you so sensitive and you don't understand no one, leave people alone, then that's how you ruin friendships, dude. It's the same thing with a woman. Like I said, if a woman tell you specifically that she's not looking to date you, she ain't looking to date nobody, she just wants friends, and you keep trying to hit on her, she's gonna lose respect for you. You're not gonna be a friend no more. Then she ain't gonna be around you, hang with you. You never know. If you play your cards right, if you just respect her wishes, she might find something interesting in you. It happens all the time. She might be like, you know what, I like you. Like it might be something about you that I really do like. Maybe her heart is hard, or maybe she just ain't. She's trying to recover and deal with ex boyfriend, or whatever she went through. And maybe when you cool enough, man, like I said, maybe she'll be like, hey, I like you. But if you keep trying to force it and keep trying to show her that you like her, she don't respect you and she won't hang with you. Ruin the friendship. So that's why I said that's what old boy was doing, man. He kept ruining the connection with everybody, man, the friendship, because he would just back up and leave us alone. And so now they get upset when they realize that it don't work the way they want. I'm just like, bro, you have to learn to give people space and time. Everybody's on their own way. So that's why I said, like, I've been out the dating scenery for a while. Like, you might talk to somebody here and there, like see what's up. Like I said, I ain't been like completely dry. Like my phone been dry out. But I'm like, as far as like something locking it down, being serious, and even paying that stuff too much mind, I care more about traveling right now. I care more about something serious. But you do realize you do get a little emptiness, and you just like, yeah, man, definitely can't be alone, bro. Because you do feel it. You definitely feel it. You just like, yeah, you got to. It's nice to be with somebody. Like women can do this for a long time. I don't know how y'all do it, but women are just probably a little bit more at peace mentally. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I do kind of like the presence of a woman, man. Something about a woman I love. You know what I mean? So I couldn't do that for too long. This is actually the longest it's been, man. A year and some change. This is the longest it's really been. So I said, you get you out there, see what's up. You feel me? But if I do, I ain't telling y'all. I ain't telling none of y'all. So yeah. Any questions about relationships, people? Anything y'all want to know? Or y'all want to talk about? I got a little time, so the battery's plugged up, so we can, get your popcorn, man, and cause shoot, this is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be a movie, man. Shoot, like telling you. Oh man. Nobody owns this building. Why they got these TVs out here on the wall? I have to come back for those later. Come back for the TVs. Anybody? Give or takes? No? Well, I don't got nothing else to say. I'm going to the house because my hands are freezing. So I'll stay outside for y'all music. But I just really wanted to do this stream, man, because I wanted to hit that envy on the head, man. I hate stand that, hit that on the nail, just that envy, man. It just does something to you, man, when you think about it and you see people like that. It just like it hurts. It's just like, why you gotta be like that? You know what I'm saying? I just personally never understood it, nor will I ever understand it. But that's why I said some things just get addressed. You address it as such, and that's it. But I do that, man, because like I said, I want us to live better, man. I want us to get around better people. Don't be afraid to go where you want to go. Don't be afraid to be around people, man, that you want to be around. Don't matter if they're white or black. If anybody supports you, man, of any color, get around them people, man. We're gonna stop with this color stuff, man, because your own people be the most envious. So I'm trying to tell you, don't let that stop you. It shows they must have been envious over Zipporah because she was Ethiopian. She must have had something special about her that they didn't have. So that's why they was running their mouth sick on the girl talking. So that's why I said I'm like, just understand where envy gets you. People gonna talk, man. They gonna say something. So that's fine. As I said, you just prove the haters wrong. You make them mad with God's blessings and what you doing. Because again, you always gonna stay on top and get blessed. They probably won't. Which again, that's not your problem. You know what I'm saying? I like saying stuff ain't my problem. So that's why I said some people just gonna be stuck doing what they do. That's fine by me. Because again, you ain't my problem. So So yeah, man, just get away from that envy stuff, man. Can't stand that. Don't want that. Um, as I said, man, you got this remnant in every city. Everywhere you go at, there's gonna be somebody that understands, that supports you, of any color, any ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about that. You're gonna be well taken care of any and everywhere that you go at. Just focus on doing what he told you to do. Focus on staying positive, putting yourself around the right people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what matters. You know, because I'm like, I could really care less what the color is or the ethnicity, as long as you treat me right, as long as you love me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I like. That's why I always say, like, man, I hate saying foreigner because I don't want to sound like it, but it is true, man. Even the Bible says the foreigner. Like, shout out to the foreigner, dude. Shout out to the people that ain't one of me, that ain't the same color as me or the ethnicity, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they show you some of the most love you gonna get. So I appreciate them too, man. You always feel at home and feel welcome around them as well. I don't ever count that out. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely make sure you know what I'm saying, I acknowledge that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Through a lot of my hard years, man, like I said, the foreigners was the ones always showing me the love. They was the ones always like got my back. Never gave me an issue. So I definitely love and appreciate them for that. But you know what I'm saying? It's just I know how the envy goes, bro. I know how the envy goes, man. It's just sickening. You just get tired of it. You know. Um, that's why I told you, that's why a lot of people do, you know, some of them do kind of move away from the black community. You can see why a lot of them do that. Because it's like it's not that because remember when they was telling you hate your people if you don't like, no, it's not that. It's just people are just tired of being around people who just don't want to change. They tired of people that's always just putting them down and just so daggone negative. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, our church was always rooted in the black community. But because Negroes don't want to act right and they don't care about nothing, we was gonna always move elsewhere because people don't care. Like you go where you love, man. You go where people care. I said sometimes that might mean getting out of your community for a little bit, man. Going around some other people, man. You feel me? Like I said, I love the hood. I still reach the hood, man. I still do outreach. I still give. I still care. I'm still clean. I still do whatever I got to do. But I said, but I'm not gonna live there. I'm not gonna have my mind stuck there. You feel me? My goal is to rescue the people from there to do better, to get with the program. You feel me? But I said if people want to stay there and mentality wise and they don't want to change, I said, well, look, that's on you. Like I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I can't save everybody. Don't want to save everybody. Don't care about it either. Like I said, the ones that know, they want to know they will. You know. But as far as the envy part, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We in 2026. The opportunities have never been brighter, better for people to do stuff. If you're still envious in this new day and age in this era, then something really wrong with you. You know. As I said, stop making people your problem too, man. It's not your responsibility to figure out what's wrong with your mom and them and what's wrong with your people. If they don't want to change, man, that's on them. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do. Everybody has a free will. They choose not to do nothing with it. That's not your problem. As I said, we've tried all we could in our hood when we lived there. We tried cleaning it up, tried taking care of the abandoned houses and the trap houses that they was out there doing dope in and selling drugs out of. We tried. We tried policing our community. We tried cleaning up the broken glass. We even tried taking care of the church's property. That wasn't even our church. It was another church that didn't even care about their own property. And they over vandalizing and breaking their glass. We got to get over and clean up the graffiti. We got to do multiple stuff over there for 10 years. Literally 10 years, dude. We moved over in that area in 2012. I moved out of that area. I was planning to move out of that area around 2022. 2023 of January 1st or 6th was when I moved. So 10 years, literally, we lived there. They didn't care. The people that lived there didn't care. The city wouldn't come do nothing about the houses. Nobody wanted to do nothing. We was the only ones on the block that did something about it, man. Daggone. So I told myself, I said, you know what? Because we was trying to keep it because it's a historical black town. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? Since y'all don't want to act right, and since y'all don't care about taking care of where you live at, and we gotta do it, I said, you know what? I don't care if these white people come in and buy these houses. The Indians, the Arabs, people, the Mexicans, people was coming in buying up the property. The Koreans, the Asians, them, they was coming buying it up. I said, it's cool, cool, buy it. Whoever want to, because remember I told you, whoever want to do, is gonna do it. You want to do the job, do the job. I said, you Negroes had 10 years since we lived here to do it. Y'all don't want to do it, but then don't be mad when white people come in by it and throw you out. That's not my problem. So that's why I told you. I said, you know what? I'm moving to Texas. I did what I could for y'all. Y'all don't care. Well, then that's not my issue. So, like I said, figure out what you're gonna do, because I ain't doing it for you. What's good? About to get up off her in a little bit anyway. So let's get cold. I'm gonna walk the block one more time, and that's gonna be it. So yeah, that's why I tell people. I said, bro, you don't know, man. We done did what we could. You don't want change, but I ain't got nothing to say to you. That ain't my problem. We love you. We love everybody. Like I said, we do outreaches in the hood all the time. But I said, but if you're not gonna do nothing to take care of where you live at, don't be surprised when you get thrown out of it. That's not an issue. So yeah, man. That's why I said, like, as I said, go where you love, man. Don't be afraid to surround yourself with people worldwide. I'm telling you, you gonna name gonna be bigger worldwide than what you're doing anyways. You ain't gotta worry about a lot of envy around people that's from Dutch or Danish or wherever that place is, Netherlands and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most friendliest people you're gonna meet is overseas. Some of the rudest people you're gonna meet is Americans. So I'm telling you, go where you love, man. That's why I said I don't care about reaching an American audience no more. I don't care about reaching black and white. Honestly, man, I can reach anybody in the world I want to. Feel me? Good night, lady. See you. Have a good one. Good having you here today. Be safe and stay warm wherever you is. Um, but yeah, man, that's why I said like you gotta understand, man. Like just go where you love. I cannot reiterate that enough, man. Like, bro, please go where you love, man. You're gonna see it's gonna motivate you to keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You see people that got love and got that love of God on them, man, it's really gonna keep motivating you to do what God told you to cause you to do anyways. You know what I'm saying? Get around envious people. If you get fed up enough, you're gonna work hard to get somewhere. But I said I really suggest you get yourself in a nicer, cooler environment, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't matter if you make it out, it don't matter if you make your first $10 million. Somebody gonna have something bad to say about you. They're gonna have something to just keep talking because Negroes can't stop talking. So that's why I said get around somebody, man, that's gonna see the potential in you. You know what I'm saying? There are good black people that's not envious that don't do this stuff. There's good white people who don't do that stuff that ain't racist. Like go around people who are good people. When you got the love of God on your life and you a decent person with decent common sense, you're gonna love people the way you're supposed to love people. I don't care about that color stuff no more, man. I never really even did. I was just like, bro, as long as you cool with me, you cool with me. Just don't be envious. Yeah, that's why I told you. I said, notice how you always want to do something. People want to shoot you down. Your family be the main ones want to shoot you down. How you gonna do that? That don't sound realistic. It's like, well, maybe it ain't realistic to you, cuz, but it's realistic to me. You want to know how you defeat that? Look at everybody doing the same thing you doing. They doing it for a living. Why can't you? Remember, I told you I thought this stuff was only for white people because you would see white people that know business and know stuff like this. I said that ain't true. There was no such thing as a white thing. This is an everybody thing because you got black people doing this too. You got more black people doing this than anybody else. You see some of the youngest, richest entrepreneurs and business people be young black people. I said they told us this is only for white people. You know why? Because we listen to Negroes. That's why. You listen to Negro knowledge, you're going to get Negro knowledge. Stop listening to weirdos. You know why people think that God don't want to make them abundant? Because they listen to people who's weird, who don't know about God, that told them that God don't want you to have nothing. That's why. Stop listening to weirdos. That's why I say I don't listen to nobody no more on nothing. If you ain't further than me and you ain't got more discernment than me, I don't listen to you on nothing, bro. Because again, you don't know what you're talking about. People doing what they love doing for a living, man. They told us that this stuff wasn't real. Now you can't make money off your craft. Says who? You act like you couldn't make no money off of music, like that ain't realistic, and you realize people are making 10 grand a month off of selling beats. Like, are you stupid? That's more than what you gonna make at the job and probably more than half a year. And you telling me that you can't do that? I said, yeah, maybe you can't do that. I can do that. Did I freeze? Can you hear me? Make sure I ain't froze again. Sometimes they do it when I go around this loop. It's so weird over here. I don't know if y'all can hear me right now. Feel warm by this build though. All that temperature heat. Okay, I was making sure you said it froze. I don't even remember what I said. Like at that point, all I'm saying is basically, like I said, you can make a living doing what you love doing because everybody else can. You know what I'm saying? God bless you. Yeah, I was saying like I don't remember how I said it, but dang, I wish I remember how I was phrasing it. Basically, all I'm saying is like I told you, people are making a living doing what they love doing. You make you make a living off your craft. Stuff is reality. People are getting paid to do that. They making real careers, man. They taking care of their whole family doing this. I'm like, why can't you? It's not impossible. It is, bro. That's why I told you. I said, bro, it's the older generation for everybody. It's the older black folk that's keeping us young black folk down. It's the older white generation that still got racism alive in their heart. They passing it down to their kids. Their kids don't know the difference between colors. They didn't come out the womb racist. They don't know that. They only being taught that because it's surviving off a thread of racism, man. It's always the older ones that's doing that. That's why Diddy kept saying he ain't here to reach the old ones, he here to reach the young ones, man. Because again, they minds are impressionable. They're gonna do what they see. So that's why I told you. I said I'm trying to reach. I was really trying to reach a lot of them on this channel. I wasn't trying to reach everybody that was a little older. But I was trying to reach the younger ones because again, they are the most impressionable. They need to hear what I'm saying. The old ones don't care about my testimony. They want me to go preach because they weird. I'm like the young ones. They want to hear you talk. They want to see what you're doing. They love music. They love everything that you do. You feel me? So yeah, that's why I told you. I said, man, just as you see, I go where I'm loved. I go where I want to go. And I said, I just stay positive on what I want, bro. I said that. That's why I told you. I said, bro, some of the main people that probably gonna end up in hell is the ones tell everybody they going to hell. You don't know where people are going. You are not the author of their soul, man. You don't know what people got going on. You have no idea what people are going through. You have no idea what people are doing. If Darby would have listened to people when he was out there in the street, people would look at him as a statistic. They were like, he gonna be dead before he's 16. You would have thought he would have been like that because of the lifestyle he was living. That man done changed so many people's life now. That's why I said don't listen to weirdos. Don't listen to Negroes. People just speak because they passive aggressive. They don't care about your soul. They care about hurting your feelings because that's the best thing they can do without cussing you out. Listen, that's the game. Some of them don't have a foul mouth no more. They're trying to be holier than thou in front of you because they don't want to use their foul language. So they tell you you're going to hell to scare people and hurt your feelings. That's pretty much like saying a cuss word to them. Like that's pretty much what it's like. And then when they realize that don't phase you, now see it's always God gonna do something to you because they little crappy word anyway. I know the game. That's why I said like, bro, you can't play that with me. I know the game. And I said, you know who else is gonna be in hell? Everybody else that's telling everybody going to hell all the time. What kind of God speaks like that? We be thinking people hate Christianity because they just hate an awesome almighty God. Like, no, they hate an awesome almighty God because these are the type of people that represent it. When you hear God is telling everybody they going to hell and they killing everybody, you think that's a God you want to be around, you want to serve? I don't think a lot of people want to be around it. I don't think so. That sounds bad for pretty much anybody. That's why I told people, I said, bro, God is not a tyrant, man. God is your best friend. Like, for real. If God was a tyrant, he's not a dictator, dude. Like, he don't act like it. God's not a tyrant, dog. He kept saying he's closer than any brother, man. He's better than a mother, a father. He's the ultimate father. If he was a tyrant, I don't think it would say he's your father. Why? Your father's not a tyrant, right? That's why I said people just be misrepresenting that all the time. That's why I've been big on this envy because when you envious, this is the stuff you do. As I said, I know envy. People talk out of envy. That's why they won't say something about heaven and hell because now they mad at you. They want to bring you in. I'm like, what does that got to do with me? Why you bringing me in this, bro? Because they know why they doing it. Again, they said it all. Muscles don't save you. Never said it did. You know why you said that? Because you envious of muscles. That's how you know they telling themselves you ain't even never said this stuff, bro. I told you, they just telling themselves. Yep, I think I know that same testimony because I seen the guy that said that he was mad at his wife. He was asking God to forgive him, but he wouldn't forgive his wife, man. You feel me? He said, so how can God forgive you if you don't forgive somebody? I told you, man, that bitterness, dude, that's gonna be a lot of people's problem, man. They so bitter over everything. That's why I said people claim to be saved, they got the Holy Spirit, but they still cuss people out. It's like, bro, you can't cuss people out. Like I told you, people tell you you going to hell, but they are cussing people out. Like, where you think you gonna go? Where you think you gonna happen to you? I know the game. As I said, we've had somebody here before that did the same thing, came in here cussing my people out, talking crazy. Then they want to turn righteous and holier than thou. And the Lord, that God's definitely punishing you like me punishing me. I'm like, how can you have the F word and God in your mouth at the same time? That does not work sense. That don't. Because you would know. A Negro would know what the Lord doing, right? Only a Negro would know. Ain't that funny? So I'm like, yeah, you definitely getting punished. I can see it. I was like, bro, what? The next day, somebody came in here and blessed me generously. Oh man, look what the Lord did. Oh man, if that's my punishment, me and getting blessed, I'm sure getting punished. I love it. That's why I said idiots. People listen to people like this. Boy, I troll people like this for a living. I have too much fun trolling. It's so fun trolling them, I don't even want to do it no more because it's kind of not being fun no more. It's like y'all got no power, man. Y'all just weak. Somebody that's new to church, they be like, oh my God, they said this. I'm like, I'll be looking at people like, so, okay, if it's what you think, do something about it. Can't do nothing. Okay, shut up. Why you talking? I don't hear that. And that's what they want to be. Again, they want to be little. I told you, people be little. You know what, young man? Like, no, nigga, I'm not young man. I'm 31 years old. When are we gonna start being grown? Why we gotta always be young? Why you want to refer to me as a young man? Boy, I'm 31 years old. I'm older than your kids. Like, bro, belittlement, belittlement, envy. I told you, people won't call me Junior. They calling you Junior not because it's just a nickname. They calling you Junior because they try to belittle you, just like they know how your father is. Now, Junior, that's what they say, Junior, like because you know how you saying that. I said they know if I call you Junior, it hits a nerve. It's like, bro, that's disrespectful. Like, bro, I'm 37 years old. You don't call me Junior no more. You call me that when I'm like 12. Only a nigga doing it. Ain't no white people doing it though. That's why I said shout out to my white people. White people ain't doing this. That's why I said now I'm about to make them mad with black women and white people. The same thing that a Negro is envy of all the time. I'm about to make you mad with the very thing that you envy of. That's why these black women is way better than you could ever be, boy. I love it. That's why I said you can't, bro. They got stubborn hearts. You can't tell older folk nothing. That's why I said that sound like you know what I tell everybody. It sound like a you problem. I said, how about this old timer do something about it? You don't like it, do something about it. Okay, shut up, boy. Go back to Mississippi. I don't want to hear what you said. They be the ones that be on the rocking porch with their 40s, sitting there talking to everybody, talking about you going to hell. But you sitting there rocking back and forth, cussing, talking about you drinking the 40s. But you talking about us. Tell an old Negro boy, you can't even get up this flight of steps. Shut up. You hoping your knee ain't bad today, you wake up. Like, well, I don't want to hear what you got to say. Keep your word to yourself. Have that word for going up at steps when you need it. I don't want to hear that. I was an old Negro talking, man. Spent 50, 60 years of their life doing nothing. And then that's when they want to turn on the word of God from Pastor Darby. And now they want to be deeper than that. Boy, you should have saved that when you was out there doing what you was doing for 40 years. Nobody want to hear that. You ain't called to teach people and tell everybody they going to hell. Boy, please. They was the main ones that came over here mad about stuff. To see, man, I watch your father every day. Yeah, because you spent your life doing nothing, you old Negro. Obviously. You ain't got nothing better to do, dude. I bet when you have erectile dysfunction, you ain't got nothing better to do. You can't hit it and quit it no more. So you got to turn on Pastor Darby because you can't hit it and quit it. You got to literally quit it for good. You ain't got no more junk in the trunk, so now you want to come and turn on the word of God. Obviously. I know the game, how it works. Man, come on, dude. We ain't stupid. Don't try to come and preach to me now. You've been preaching. We was out there on dope. Don't try to talk to me. You won't hear that. You know how it works. Do something good, some 20 chicken, bro. I want some chicken. I'm starving. That's why I said, like, no, you're gonna stop us all a little deeper than thou and holier than thou. I don't want to hear that. Like, nah, bro. You ain't deep. You just got your feelings hurt. You slap God on it so you can make yourself feel better about it. It don't work like that, buddy. It's always one of them type, boy. So that's why I said the old folk, man, like I said, older Negroes, they're gonna be setting their ways. Just like older black folk or older white folk gonna be setting their ways of being a racist. They gonna die racist because that's what they want. And that's on them. That's why I said, but they guess what? They also think that they serving the Lord too. They think that they doing what they doing in God's will. And when they die and they realize like they spent their whole life being angry, you think you're gonna get into the kingdom of heaven where all ethnicities are? You a Nazi skinhead thinking you're gonna get into the kingdom of heaven where every color, every nationality, every language, and every tongue is. You're gonna be very shocked when you realize that I was about to say when you get up there, you probably won't get up there. It don't work like that, homie. You can't be racist and go to heaven. Every race is there, you idiot. That's why I said same with these old silly Hebrew Negroes. Like, bro, just because we might be the chosen people don't mean that there ain't other chosen people up there too. You're gonna have a lot of Grecians up there, a lot of Romans, a lot of Asians. A lot of South Americans. You're gonna have a lot of people up here, cuz. That's why I said that's fine. Like I said, if people don't like you because your color, that's the stupidest thing in the world. That's why I tell everybody over here, we don't do a colorism stuff. We're not doing this. This ain't a channel for the Hebrews, this ain't a channel for just only one race. Everybody come over here. That's the problem now, man. Negroes just picked up this identity doing the same thing. It's like, dude, well, you know what? You don't like white people. White people don't like you, and we don't like you either. That's what they don't understand. It's like, dude, all black folk ain't liking you either, fool. We don't like you either. You worse than the white people because you mess with us more. That's why I said if white people ever do get radical and do what they do, I'm not for it. If we all feel it, we gonna feel it. But I can make a pact with them. I said, look, man, I don't like y'all Negroes, y'all don't like us either. But we know there's one group of people we both don't like. Them type. They are literally bad for business. Where they mess with everybody, man. They won't leave us alone. They bothering everybody. They in everybody's face. I said, bro, we don't want them. Teach them a lesson. They are like the black supremacists in our community. We don't like them. Take them. Deal with them wisely, man. Leave us alone. Yeah, they're gonna be shocked. That's why I said when the truth come out, who he really is, that's what they're gonna try to make their own religion or run somewhere else. That's why I said I can care less if Jesus was white or black, man. Honestly, I love Jesus when he was Jesus. I loved him when I thought he was white. I loved him when I found out he black. Don't matter. Whatever color he is, he's the same Jesus that healed my broken heart, same Jesus that saved me from getting killed several times. He's the same Jesus that been there for me, whatever he is. And that's why he works for me because I work for him. So color stuff is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, dog. That's why especially a lot of the younger generation don't like to talk about it, man, because it's so dumb. It's like, bro, we don't care. Oh, Negroes is mad because you're interracially marrying. You know what I'm saying? They mad because somebody white, somebody black. Black folk mad because you get a white girl. Like, this is the stupidest stuff in the world. Like, bro, don't be mad because they ain't y'all. Because they better than you. That's what it is. They better. Got this whole debate on who's better. That's why they ask me these stupid questions. They be like, would you prefer somebody white or black? Whoever is respectful. That's who. Whoever loves me, whoever's beautiful, and whoever loves me and don't give me a headache or a problem, that's the woman I choose, whatever color she is. Just because we black don't mean we automatically go together. I know black people now, and it's one of the most miserable people together. Just because we are the same color does not mean it's always gonna be the best, dude. Some people are just of the devil. Why even Daddy said it. He said, we talk about these white devils. He said, but I sure know some black devils. He said, I sure know some black devils. We sure know some of them. You can't name the last white man that did something to you now. Name the black Negroes you know that did something. You know some black devils in your family. We know. That's why I'm like, nah, we ain't gonna play this colorism stuff, man. The only people that ever gave me a problem is you Negroes. That's it. I know. I love how they say they be like, nah, cause in every country, see, they racism show you how they treat you. I say, man, you niggas show me how y'all treat me. What's the difference? They won't mess with me like it over there. Y'all will. Y'all doing it now. That's why I be trying to tell you. I said, bro, people really talk like they don't like, boy, shut up. Don't try to only talk about injustices when it comes to colorism. Like, nah, nigga, talk about what y'all do with us too. Y'all know what y'all be doing. It's like it. Yeah, it's like that's why I said, like, nah, people just want to talk because, like I said, it's trendy. That color stuff has always been trendy, man. I said, look, there's truths to both sides, but I said, but I'm not gonna overlook what we do, what Negroes be doing to us. Memphis ain't the way it is because some white man don't like you, dude. It ain't always necessarily because some white person don't like you. I said, bro, you go to Memphis right now, ain't no one white man messing with you at all. You go to Memphis wearing this, they gonna try to take your chain, bro. Who's gonna do it? The Negroes. Who's the one in your family? There's no white man come in your family tell them to hate you. They just hate you because that's how they are. Some people really just be of their father, the devil, dude. You gotta understand that. That's why I tell people don't expect your family to be happy for you, man, because you change or because you get some money or you trying to be on the come up, man. Please, they either gonna come with their hands out looking for a handout, and the minute you say no, that's when they gonna hate you. Then they gonna start rumors on you. Now everybody and their mama got a video talking about how you ain't did nothing for them and you ain't jack. And it's like, yeah, I bet I wouldn't be when I ain't give you no more money. That's when Chris Tucker said it. He said everybody assumed when he got famous, he just got money to give. He said everybody coming around and he's his uncle coming around. Oh man, I don't know how I got to pay for my medical bills and my hospital. He said, Uncle, I don't know how you gonna pay for that either. He said, I'm not paying for it. They just expect you to have money. It's like, well, I don't gotta pay for everything. You don't get no legal handout. That's why I said I hit the jackpot. The only person that's getting taken care of like his mama. That's the only woman, because like I said, mama them grew up raising us. Mama had to sacrifice a lot to raise us. Daddy ain't here no more, but I can take care of mama. Everybody else, I don't know, y'all. Okay. You get some of my good grace if I want to give you some. I don't owe you that. So, we're gonna speak out on the stuff that we do, man. We got a lot of self-hate in our community, dude. That's why they always want to talk about some Candace Owens or somebody that go vote for Trump or one of them like conservative. Like, okay, well, some of them people are bad. I said, but you know who's worse? A Negro that hate everything. Ain't nobody worse than them. They think they white. They hate it. They hate their people. And I say, and so does a Negro to see somebody get over on them. It ain't got nothing to do with politics. It's just how they mindset work. How are you not offended by that? Somebody want to kill you in the process, and when they do that, they end up shooting some kid. Kill some kid. Why does that not make you more as mad than a black conservative? You idiots. Like, how does that not make you mad? That's why I said, I'm like, I'm calling this stuff out because I get tired of that, dude. I'm going to deal with white people. We can't even deal with each other. You so busy trying to kill a gang member, man, you don't kill somebody else. Intentionally shot the kid. Killing the wife, the pregnant woman, they don't care. They don't care. That's worse than anything that a black conservative can do. Are you stupid? Anybody that kill a child or the shed of innocent blood is a terrible person. Terrible person. I'm gonna base it off of some conservatism. I said I don't like liberal or conservative. I think y'all dumb. I think y'all all of it stupid. You take the life of an innocent, it's like it don't matter what you is, dude. You just as bad as the wicked people is. Like you the same. Talk about some white stuff. Ouch. Hold on. It's like it. That's why I say yeah, it's like it. We know. We know. It's like it. That's why I said, listen, we know the church games, we know the black games. We all was Negroes at one time. We lived around them, we dealt with them, and we all used to be super religious because we went to church. We all know the stuff. Like we know how it goes. So you can't bamboozle me and my peoples. We know how this goes. Okay. We dealt with Negroes, we dealt with church Negroes. It's the same thing. So that's why I said you can't bamboozle us with this game. We know this. It don't work. That's why I said, like, nah, you're not gonna use that excuse on us. It didn't work on Pops, it don't work on Mama, and it don't work on me either. We do not care. For real. Damn. Yours ain't insects, girl. This is the itch of the handsome. Just getting more handsome. That's what it means. But nah, that's why I said like they be like it. Your own don't want to see you win. That's why I said it's cool. Yeah, and that's why I said when they sitting in that small cell for the rest of their life over something that they did, that they know eventually they start to regret, they can't take it back. And that's why they start regretting what they did, man. You in prison for years or for the rest of your life, man, because you did something so stupid. Ain't nobody perfect, bro. You did that. That's why I said I'm like, nah, man, we're gonna stop this self-hate, dude. The only time we gonna say self-hate is when you see somebody black conservative or somebody that support Trump, which I don't agree with supporting him or any of them actually. I could care less if you support the man or not. Like, bro, if you killing us, like, what's the problem? Like, bro, I don't care about your politics stance. What's up, Juan? How you doing, bro? How you doing, man? Doing good, bro. Doing good. For real. And they on Riker somewhere, watching somebody draws, all because they wanted to do an act out of self-hate, man. That's why I said I'm like, nah, we're not gonna just Black Lives Matter when white people do it like that. We're gonna do it when y'all do it too, man. Y'all killing kids, dog. No 3-year-old deserve to get shot 6 times. What did he do? Just evil, man. Just all type of evil. And people ain't outraged by that. I'm like, something wrong with you. Yeah, I said something wrong with you. You ain't outraged by the shedding of innocent blood, but you sitting here talking about white people. And that's why they looking back, like, look at these Negroes. Look at them. How dare them try to talk about us? That's what they say. How dare them try to talk about us? And I don't even blame them. I'm like, you know what? You absolutely right. How dare y'all try to talk about this when look what you doing. Look what you doing to us. Kids can't even play in their own community, man, getting hit with stray bullets. Or bullets intentionally. They don't care. Y'all mad messing with us, trying to come up in the world, trying to get out of this community. Y'all mad messing with us. So that's why I said, don't think all the white people are bad. Some of them are meant for them. Some of them neo-Nazis, them extremists and Trumpers, they meant for them. If we all feel it, that means they gonna feel it too. I said some of them are meant for them. Don't think they all bad. Some of them is gonna deal with them for us. Since they want to be like that to their own people, I said, well, then they can go do it to some radical people who's just like them, who's just as murderous and just as angry as they are. They can go mess with them, and they gonna have the fight of their life. Maybe they will get them in check to be with us, because y'all sure don't want to do it now. You sure don't care about nothing. Maybe that pressure will make you get yourself right. Yeah, I saw good. Like I said, I've been here for a couple hours. I'm about to get off here anyway, man. It's getting cold. About to start this. What's called it? So yeah, that's why I said I don't be playing that. I don't care about none of that, dog. Honestly. So yeah, we're gonna stop this envy, man. That's why I said that envy, man. It starts with us. We can't holler about white folk. We can't holler about everybody else until we start dealing with ourselves, man. Until we start dealing with the inner hate we got. Because if we deal with them tomorrow, we still got to deal with us hating each other. I'm not trying to fight my brother. You feel me? Like, I don't want to do that. I ain't trying to worry about getting jacked going to the gas station, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I want to live in a nice world where I ain't got to deal with white folk and I ain't got to deal with y'all. Trying to deal with no racism, man. Trying to deal with no extreme Negroes. I don't want to do that stuff no more. Like, we ain't doing that. Black lives shouldn't matter only when it comes to them. Man, it should matter to us too, bro. Make sure it matters to you too when you doing what you do. Trying to be self-righteous. Everybody want to be deep. That's why I said they kids, and why they over being deep, they kids is the ones in the street shooting, killing everybody. They nephews and nieces, them is the one that's a terror of the city. But they sitting here trying to be deep to you. I don't like Darby. I'm gonna talk about him real quick. But your child is killing everybody. They killing their kids in the womb and they killing the kids out there on the street. But you sitting here trying to be deep to us, you idiot. Get that little nigga child, boy, for somebody get him, for the law get him, or somebody else get him. Child a terror to the community. You sitting here trying to talk about us. The nigga don't like my delivery and want to get on the internet and talk. But all his people probably going to hell right now. But he's talking on me though. They know people right now that's on they walking bridge to hell, but they sitting here talking about you, trying to be deep, talk about men of God all day. That shows you it's vendettas. Vendettas or envy. I'm about to get off here. I'm about to get off. I'm walking back to the crib now. Like I said, my right hand is froze. Never let your left hand know what your right hand doing. What time is it now? It's 9:05. Yeah, we'll start it. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up off here, man. We're gonna continue this series. As of right now, it's cold. I'm going home. I'm gonna get some food in me. So, gotta warm my right hand up. I'll catch y'all. We'll be out in this. Peace.